don't think you've got
welcome to Huey Town, Alabama, and Huey Town Stadium. Not really sure of the official name of the stadium, but they call it the Gopher Hole. The Gopher Hole. That's right. Brent Jones, Brad Armstrong, Brian Pirano here. There we go. We don't have the rest of our crew up here yet, so if things are a little bit wonky for a minute, we'll get things squared away when they get here, trying to do 3 jobs at once, as sometimes, you know, we just have to do, right? All right.
Yes.
So
Sorry.
So here we go. All right, there you go. Say hi to everybody.
Hi.
We're shot of the booth here of us here at Huey Town. Nice accommodations for us, by the way. Oh yeah, you were supposed to.
Yeah, they always take good care of us.
I didn't tell you. Sorry. All right, so we got Mixler going. We got it all going. We're good. We're good. Happy to be here. Happy to be. Moving on to week 6 and getting past the murderer's row of the past 3 weeks, guys. Hoover, of course, you know, we were on top of the world with the big upset.
No doubt.
You know, calling it possibly the biggest regular season win in Hillcrest football history. And then we met the buzzsaw of Vestavia, lost to them 42-24. And then a bigger buzzsaw of Hewitt-Trussville last week, falling 24-0. And this game is a game that this team desperately needs to bounce back, to get their confidence back, and to get things back on track.
Well, you know, 2 in a row. I think the team up here has done some things to change the mojo. I know last week, of course, I wasn't on the broadcast, so I'm going to just take the blame for that one.
I thought you were taking credit. I thought you were like, you're not taking credit for the loss.
Well, I should take the blame for the loss.
No.
Since you weren't here?
Yeah, since I wasn't here. And then, of course, Coach P's changed some clothes. I've changed some clothes. I'm wearing the same hat, but I went with a different polo.
I'm wearing different clothes, too.
Yeah, you know, the funny thing is, it's like the older we get, the more we shouldn't do those things. But the older we get, I think the more we do them.
Yeah.
And we buy into the fact that we actually have something to do with the outcome of the game.
Well, that's just the way I've always been, so I can't change it now. I'm too old for that, right?
Well, yeah, why don't you take Georgia in the points?
Well, we haven't talked about that yet. I said that I have not made my decision yet.
Is this a not so fast, my friend, at halftime?
Get a pencil. You need an Adirondack pencil.
We need to focus on this game, right?
Okay. Sorry, Ticonderoga. Anyway, keep going.
Okay. We need to focus on this game now.
Yes,
all right, guys, y'all tell me. We've been talking to the players around the school since last Friday night, you know, and I talked to a few of them at the Hillcrest huddle. What do you get a sense of as far as the vibe coming into this game?
You know, I think we're on, like, and I know we say this a lot, it mirrors what we are in the broadcast booth. I think we were on top of the world after Hoover, and I think they were too at times. And I think we're far from complacent there, but I do think the players probably expected to go out and be a little more competitive against Vestavia and against Hewitt. And for that not to happen in the last 2 weeks, they're disappointed now. I think the coaches and the players, they got after it in practice. You know, I know this game is big for a lot of reasons. It could obviously have playoff implications if we came to a tiebreaker, but I think the players know, too, we need to get back on a winning track. You know, we got County High next week, and then it doesn't get any easier against Thompson. So we can take a little bit of a breath this week, but we really need to find our groove, though. So
are you trying to say that County High and Thompson are not on the same level as far as opponents?
I mean, they're on the same level about, like, I don't know. I can't think of anything. Pepsi and
I think that 69-0 score a few weeks ago.
And Walmart Cola.
All right, guys. So, you know, we're talking about getting back on track, but do you feel like the players have the right attitude heading into this game?
Well, look, remember now, you guys saw the game in person last week. I had the benefit, maybe not benefit, of watching it on your broadcast. To me, and I think this is true of the last 2 weeks, I realize we don't love the outcome of the game. I realize that we lost both of them, and in fashion last week that we weren't very pleased with, of course, with scoring no points. And the last time I can remember that happened was against Opelika.
That's right.
On the road.
That's right.
I think we lost the game like 48-0.
Yeah, I don't know if we shut out at home in quite a while.
28-0, something like that. Whatever the case is, I thought the boys competed. And I think that's a really important thing to focus on. You know, and I'm not into moral victories. I'm not the kind of guy that's going to be like, well, you know.
Well, you should be being a Tennessee fan.
Well, maybe you're right. And I had to go through some of that. But, you know, it's one of those things where you talk about, well, at least they're trying, or at least they're getting, you know, better as human beings. Yeah, so is everybody else. But the competition is what makes you, it's what you're out there for. And so the fact that the boys played really hard doesn't necessarily mean that they played really well.
Right.
But I do think, like, defense, I thought played really well, despite the fact that the offense is going to, of course, bear the brunt of a lot of things like, golly, we didn't score any points. I thought there were some positives off the offense, but at the same time, the defense did show a lot of promise. The defense played really well against a really good Hewitt team. And look, against Vestavia, guys, I realize we lost that game, but they battled, and they were down 35-10, and then they scored the touchdown. They got it back to 35-18. You kind of felt like, uh-oh, if we get this, we got a chance.
Right.
And then so there was still this level of competition that really kind of led you to believe that the team is out there battling, and it's not like we're that far away.
Yeah, and I think Brad kind of hit the nail on the head there, where they have continued to battle against two teams that I know the score was certainly not in our favor, but I don't know if it was indicative of how far that gap was, though. So I think it's important right now for them to come out early in this game and kind of continue that competitive nature, Brent.
Right.
Got to remember, too, guys, those two teams that we lost to, it's not like we –
I would think 2 of the top 8 teams in the state of Alabama.
And, you know, it's very easy, I think, to tell yourself that when you lose to a team like Tennessee lost to Georgia.
Right.
Of course, now you want to say, well, Georgia's really good. Georgia's fantastic. Okay, well, Hewitt is really good.
Right.
I mean, they only gave up 14 points to a really good Vestavia team that we know is really tough, and they're two teams that are going to qualify for the playoffs most likely in one of the most difficult regions in the entire country. So we're not talking about just the state of Alabama. We're talking about 2 really, really top-tier programs.
For sure.
So there's no shame in losing to those teams, and the fact that you compete in battle, I think, says a lot.
Absolutely, yeah. You're right. There was absolutely no quit in either one of those games, and especially in looking at the defense and the way that they performed last week. You know, they had us within striking distance until we got to the fourth quarter, and they got that tipped pass touchdown.
How much, and look, obviously I wasn't at the game, but when I saw Jacoby, I spoke with him. The touchdown to Jacoby, and he ends up being covered up, is what he talked to me. We talked a lot about that.
Illegal man downfield,
So he ends up going on around.
Made it
he's not
10-7.
So he's not supposed to go downfield on that particular play. He did. It gets called back. What kind of difference? And obviously the game does not happen in a vacuum. So what kind of difference does the Hewitt Hillcrest game?
If that touchdown stands, you're saying.
What sort of outcome changes?
Well, I think it could change. I mean, I still think we probably would lose the game, but I think it would be a lot closer because the momentum had definitely shifted.
I don't think you can just easily say, though, that, we would have scored, so the final score would have been 24-7.
Sure.
I think it totally changes the outcome.
Yeah.
And I'll say this, though, and I was talking to some people this week and over the weekend, in the 15 games we have seen in 7A, that was the best 7A defense I have personally seen right there.
Boy,
the offense with the freshman quarterback may not quite be there, but that defense, that's and they've proven that against Hoover, against Vestavia, and we'll see what they do again tonight against Pinson Valley.
Hey, would you like to also see, or rather hear, what Coach Jamie Mitchell has to say about tonight's game?
Absolutely. I want to hear what the big man has to say.
All right, let's do that, and let's go to the Coach Jamie Mitchell pregame show right here. Let's do it.
Started out the season 3-0, have met some really tough region opponents the past couple of weeks. The Murderers Row is over, but couldn't quite get things going on offense this past Friday night.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked for the last couple of weeks about the month of September and the brutality that it is. There's 4 really tough games in September, and we've won one of those, which is a super important region win. We've lost the last 2 in region play. We stepped out of region play this week with one of the top 6A teams in the state, and everything. Our goals are still fully in front of us. We got to find a way to continue to win games. This one could be a massive playoff implicator if we end up in a tie situation. So this game has a high value for us. One that we desperately need to win.
Now, you lost this game to Hewitt Trustful, but we always talk about how you learn in your losses. What do you think your team has learned from these last 2 games?
I think there's some good and some bad. You can certainly talk about our effort defensively and you know, our refusal to give in on that side of the ball. And on the other side of the ball, you look at some shortcomings, some mistakes that have been made consistently. And, you know, you've got to look at how you can fix those. And, you know, not that we were great defensively, but they played hard, you know. And we just got to, you know, we've played really good in some big games. We played really good against Hoover. We played really good in the playoffs in the past. And we've just got to be more consistent in the biggest games to be a little bit better.
All right, so the next game is always the next big game. Huey Town, like you talked about, they've been our rival for years, through our years through 6A. Great program, you know it well. It's important to get things back together against Huey Town this week, right?
Sure is. It won't be any small feat. You know, they've got the number 4 ranked defensive lineman in the country. You know, I mean, he is a beast. Actually have 3 of those guys, all 3 of them on multiple Division I offers. So, you know, this is no cakewalk by any stretch. You know, Huey Town never has been, and nor do we expect them to be Friday. So, you know, it will take our absolute best. And, you know, we need to continue to play that kind of schedule. And, I mean, every week in our league, you're going to have to play exceptionally good football. So they pose a real challenge for us. Coach Patterson and I are really good friends. Got a lot of respect for him. And, you know, we got to go back on the road. So this is 4 out of the first 6 are on the road. So never thought about that really before the season started. But what a grind, you know, 4 of the first 6. But, you know, if we can get this one, hopefully we can. And then we get back in 3 of the last 4 at home. So, you know, so much riding on this game. Like I said, it could very much have playoff implications if we end up in a tie situation. So all the things in the world to go play for.
Yeah, you were talking about the playoff implications, everything, all the goals are still out there. You lost the last two couple of games, the past 2 games, but our fans need to realize, you know, the sky is not falling, that all your goals are still there, and this team has the ability to take care of that.
Absolutely, you know, I mean, there's 4 teams that get in, and, you know, we looked back last night, I think since 2020, it's been Hoover, Vestavia, Thompson, and Hewitt. They have dominated this region. Yeah. You know, and for us just to be able to crack the playoffs would be a massive step for us, and we're right there where we have that opportunity. We've got to, you know, we desperately need to win some games on this back half of the season. And, you know, I mean, certainly our schedule is not as rough as the front end, you know, was. But let's get through this one and finish off September, and then take a breath, and let's get ready for October.
All right, sounds good. Thanks a lot, Coach. Good luck.
You bet.
All right, welcome back. There you have it, guys. Coach Jamie Mitchell and his thoughts on tonight's game. And, you know, nobody knows more about this stuff than him, right?
Absolutely. Jamie Mitchell, hard to believe. The last time we were here, you know, he was in his He was in his 2nd year here on a Thursday night in 2021, I believe, when Hillcrest got a big win, 55-44. So this is Coach Mitchell's 2nd time here, but his 4th time playing the 5th time, playing the Huey Town Golden Gophers.
All right, hey guys, we're about 12 minutes away from kickoff, so now is the time that we need to look at our keys to victory, brought to you by Alabama Express. So first of all, let's take a look at those Hillcrest keys to victory. And here we go, guys. The first one is, don't overlook the Gophs, 7A versus 6A.
I don't think we will, but you guys are right. You can't do that. Number 1, you need a win. Okay. Number 2, though, remember up until about 2 years ago, we had only beaten Huey Town twice since 2013 or something like that. So it's not like we're that big of a difference in size of school. And also, Huey Town is going to be loaded in terms of talent. So beating Huey Town, we're 7A, they're 6A. I think people put too much stock in that. Now, if you're a 7A and you're playing a 3A school, okay, fine. Sure. But 7A versus 6A, ask Thompson. I mean, you know, they lost to Clay last night. Right. And, you know, of course, Clay's number 1 team probably in the state. But we need this win. And Brian's right. You cannot overlook them just because – don't let that 7A, 6A thing fool you.
That's right. And the second key for Hillcrest is to find some offense.
Yeah, I mean, last week, and we talked about it before we went to the Coach Jamie Mitchell show, as impressive as Hueytown can be, they are certainly not Hewitt. They're certainly not Vestavia. So I think it's important for us to establish an offensive game plan, maybe give some confidence back to Jordan Chambly, allow him some easy throws, get him back in a groove. I was talking to some of the coaches and some of the players this week, and I think sometimes we forget Jordan has played 5 7A games as a starter in the toughest region in Alabama and arguably against 3 of the top 10 teams in the state. So I think getting Jordan some confidence, finding something that works on offense, doing something that we can kind of get the groove back moving into the second half of the season.
Absolutely right. So now, Kylie, can we move on to the keys to victory for Hueytown? And our first cue is don't be intimidated, 7A versus 6A. Thank you.
Yeah, it's just the opposite. It's just the opposite. Obviously, Hueytown will not be. But it looks like, by the way, guys, let's take just a second. We'll talk about it in a minute.
Oh, we got the national anthem.
Yes,
Okay, yeah, we'll take a second here. Here we go. All right, and there you have it, a little jazzed up version of the Star Spangled Banner, but I'll take it. Okay, guys, as we were saying, if we can go back to those Hueytown keys to victory, don't be intimidated, 7A versus 6A. Like you said, you don't expect them to be intimidated, but also Hueytown needs to find some defense. So it's interesting.
Yeah, sure.
It's interesting that the keys for both teams are kind of opposite. Don't overlook 7A versus 6A. Don't be intimidated, 7A versus 6A. Hillcrest finds some offense. Hueytown finds some defense.
Yeah, and you look at Hueytown. So the last 2 weeks they played Bryant and Bessemer City, and they've only given up 7 points a game there. But against their opponents, their two opponents, a couple good ball clubs. Clay Chalkville put up 42 against them. Mountain Brook put up 30 against them. So in the games we expect Hueytown to be a little more competitive defensively. They haven't been this year. So I know Coach Patterson of Hueytown, the head coach, is also Greg Patterson. So I think they're looking to try to get that groove back defensively, similar to we're trying to do offensively, Brent.
Yeah, for sure. And, we need to also talk about, Coach Mitchell mentioned this, and I know you were talking about it too, Brian. If you can take the keys off of there, please, Kylie. We talked about the fact that they have a very strong defensive line. As a matter of fact, one of the top players in the state on their defensive line.
Yeah, number 9, Donovan Moore. He's only a junior right now, but he is the top prospect in the state of Alabama for the class of 2027. I was looking up the rankings while we were doing the Coach Mitchell show. To kind of put it in perspective, Trent Seaborn is the 5th-ranked prospect in the class of, in that class.
Wow.
And you look at this, and he's number 1, 43rd in the country, number 3 D lineman in the whole country.
Wow.
So this is a young man, while he's still got another year here unless he reclassifies, that he could be a difference maker and probably has been in the past.
Coach Pete, just to clarify, when you said Trent Seaborn was the 5th rank, you mean in Alabama?
In the state of Alabama.
Still, that's obviously super impressive.
Correct.
That's a really highly ranked kid, which says a lot about the kid that we're going to see tonight. Yeah, and obviously that's Coach P's point. I will say, I don't think that Hueytown – now, the kids that are on this team, though, the last 2 years – that we've played Hueytown hasn't been close. It hadn't been. We took care of business last year.
Right. 48-13
it was
last year. Yeah.
And I think even that was kind of generous based on the way the game went.
Right.
But I do expect a barn burner tonight. I expect, Hillcrest down a few men and got to have some kids step up. I think we'll see what the Patriots have. It's kind of one of those gut check times. You've lost 2 in a row. You feel really good about yourself after the Hoover win. You as Coach McKinney, I know he would say, you got to not be in your feelings. Mm-hmm. And, you got to not be in your feelings a little bit here. So after the 2 losses, are you going to get your head up and do what you can do, or are you going to mope around, feel sorry for yourself? And I think that will indicate to us what type of season we'll have from this point forward. Now, there has never been a time in the 54 games of Coach Mitchell's tenure. By the way, those 54 games, he's 43-11.
43-11, not bad.
And I have never seen a Hillcrest team under his tenure look like anything other than a team that's going to battle to the very end.
Yeah, and Coach Mitchell, we also know this. It's Coach Mitchell has a certain expectation, and that expectation is going to be met, that he knows how to win. Bottom line, not just the 54 games with us, Brad, but with his coaching career, which began in 1997. So he has a way that has been successful and is successful, and he knows that, and he holds these kids accountable, and well, he should. Sometimes kids need to realize this is the way to do it, and sometimes adults have to make those difficult decisions.
Well, and you talk about Coach Mitchell's success. I don't know exactly what his win total is right now, but I know he's over the 250 mark because that happened with us.
That's correct.
So the 43 wins pushed him over the 250 mark, and he's had a really good career. So I know he wants to keep piling up those wins.
Yeah, just pulled it up real quick. He's 263 and 92 throughout his career.
263.
So, you look at this way back to when he was a young buck at Ripley through his 5th year here. And he's been, to kind of use a cliche, he ain't nothing but a winner if I can spit it out. So,
well, I'm excited for tonight. I'm glad that we get back out there. I think a lot of times when you fall off the horse, to use another cliche, the best thing to do is get right back on it.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to the coin toss right now. Looks like the Huey Town captains are going to be number 6, who is not on their starting lineup, but number 6, Traylon Thompson. Number 54 for the Gophers is going to be Lamariel Sanders. Number 17, if I can find it, is going to be Antonio Porter. Did you see who got the toss, Brad?
Huey Town won the toss. Okay. They deferred. Hillcrest will take it, and they will move right to left on our radio dial this evening.
Well,
Huey Town in the all-purple uniforms, white helmets with a purple H, kind of a little circular-looking H that they use. Hillcrest with the light Columbia blue pants, white jerseys, red numerals, and Columbia blue helmets.
All right, and here we go.
We'll get the ball first tonight, guys.
Wow, that's different. That's different. But, I think that's a good thing because which part of our team needs to build that confidence early?
Good point, Brent.
The offense, right? Why not take advantage of the opportunity to get it going right now?
I'll also be interested to see what sort of offensive approach they use. I think, remember the Hoover game, which was our last win, ironically. We got the ball first. The other thing is, we used the pass early in the first half. And I remember we at some point said, guys, I'd love to see a little bit of attitude running the ball. And then when the second half came around, we saw the physical run game, and we were the more physical team against Hoover. So I wonder what sort of offensive approach we'll see tonight. Will it be the toss sweep to the boundary where we, outnumber guys in the blocking game, or will it be let's find the open receiver and have Jordan Chamblee use his cannon arm? And we know that Jordan Chamblee has the ability to throw the ball all over the field. So we'll see. Yep.
For sure. Okay, it's almost time, guys, for the Tiger Rock kickoff. And Brad, if you will plug that in, if you will unplug number 2 right there and plug that into number 2.
Okay, you got it.
That'll be great. We'll see if that'll help us out. We got 2 cameras here tonight. We got a bad cable though, and we're trying to get that taken care of.
2
what's
cameras.
he handing you there?
Yeah, what is that? I'll just leave it.
Is that the old one?
Yep.
That must be the old one. Okay, well, here we go. Tiger Rock kickoff coming your way. As we said, Hillcrest will be receiving. And receiving for the Patriots in the middle of the field today is Gunnar Webb, our special teams player of the week from last week because he punted the ball 8 times.
Special teams extraordinaire.
Way to get the point. That's a good way to get it.
Also, we have Jalen Cook and Austin Cherry awaiting this kick as well. And here we go, toe to leather, and it's a short kick that is fielded by Austin Cherry at the 23s up to the 30, spin at about the 40-yard line, so nice field position for the Pats to start out with.
Yeah, that's something that I think I'll be looking towards or looking forward to tonight is keeping up with the average starting field position. If you remember last year, and I don't remember exactly the statistics, but I do remember we really dominated the average starting field position last year. Of course, that led to a big victory, but that can be very indicative of how the game goes. If we start out starting at their 40, and we can keep them pinned deep, I think we'll have success tonight, guys. But I'm interested to see this first possession, so here we go.
All right, here we go. 1st and 10 for the Pats. Jordan Chambly in shotgun. There goes Jacoby in motion. Jordan will swing this one down the right sideline, and it is just not there as it was intended for Austin Cherry. He was open, but it looked like maybe some miscommunication between the two.
Yeah, I agree. Didn't it look like he was running the out route possibly? And then I don't know if number 11, Austin Cherry, saw something or if Jordan just misread it.
Yeah, it just looked like a go, at least as far as from the viewer goes. And Austin had the steps. But you're right, guys. Jordan ended up throwing it towards the sidelines instead of towards the numbers.
Yeah. So that brings up 2nd and 10 for the Pats from the 40. Jordan under center this time, and this will be the toss sweep to Jacoby. Jacoby looks for some room around the end, but he's got nowhere to go, guys. He will actually lose a yard back to the 39, and suddenly it's 3rd and 11.
Yeah, tough start there. You get the first down, and you know that was the same sort of play call that we saw against Hoover, where you had something deep. You know you can find a little gap in their coverage. We just weren't able to connect, and then couple that with a toss sweep to the field for a negative play. That's tough.
All right, so 3rd and 11 as the Pats have gone backwards on this first possession. Jordan takes the snap, swings this one out to Jacoby on the left side, but he's hemmed in right there before he even gets back to the original line of scrimmage. So it'll be 4th down and 11 for the Pats. The Pats not finding any offense on this first possession.
Yeah, quick 3 and out for Hillcrest with negative 2 yards on that first possession. And we're seeing Gunnar Webb on the field. He doesn't, we don't want him to be the special teams player of the game again for the number of punts that he's going to have. So hopefully this is his first and only punt.
That's for sure. Gunnar will stand at his 24 to kick this one away. Takes a couple of steps, kicks it away. Nice punt. Fielded at the 28-yard line on the fair catch, and the Gophers will start right there, 1st and 10.
Not a bad punt. 38 to 33 makes it about a 12 and 20 to 17, so 29-yard punt.
Yeah, not the start we wanted, I think, like you said, guys. But, you know, the strength of this year's team is, you know, something that Coach Patterson and this whole defensive staff is very proud of. Just talking to them, besides that fluke double tap last week, I thought the defense played exceptionally well.
Yeah, I do think they do. They play with a lot of pride, and I think all of them do. But that defense has a chip on their shoulder, I think.
All right, so here we go, 1st and 10 for the Gophers. The snap and a swing pass to the left side, which is caught. 30, cutting back to the inside, out of bounds at about the 35. Yep. So that's a pickup of about 6, and it'll be 2nd down and 4.
Down.
Oh, there is a flag.
Yeah,
okay.
Brian's right. It'll be a hold on Huey Town, it looks like. Now, every time I guess one of these, Griff always says, Dad, you're never right on those.
Oh, I thought it was a hold, too, Brad.
I thought it was a hold
could be
also.
wrong. I thought it was pretty obvious,
I thought it was pretty obvious,
I don't know if that's right or not.
I agree. I thought it was a hold. I thought it was pretty easy.
All right,
of course, any call in our favor is an easy one.
I agree.
We'll take that back from the original line of scrimmage, or approximately there, 10 yards from the spot of the foul, and that'll move it back to the 19-yard line and bring up 1st down and 20 for the Gophers.
Well, guys, we were talking a little bit about that chip on the shoulder of the defense. I thought it was indicative of their defensive coordinator. That guy just lives his life with a chip on his shoulder.
All right, here's the snap.
Go,
and the pass is picked off. And into the end zone? I don't know.
No, it's
1 inch
not
yard
into the
line.
end zone. What was that, 28?
Oh, that or Katori Hayward. It's either Katori Hayward
I thought it was
or
28.
maybe Marvin Johnson then.
Was that Marvin?
I think
Yep.
so, guys.
All right, what do we got here? Look at that replay and see who we got.
Yeah, let's see.
It's hard to see in here, guys.
Hey.
Whoa.
I can't see my.
Yeah, 28. Marvin.
Yeah.
Marvin.
It is
Yeah,
Marvin.
it is
I'm watching
Marvin.
the replay on
Yes.
YouTube right now. That is
All right.
Marvin Johnson.
And that makes it 1st and goal, of course, in the Centel Home Design red zone. Jordan Chambly under center, the ball at the 1 yard line. Chambly takes the snap and just powers it through. And is he into the end zone? Yes.
Attaboy, Jordan.
Touchdown Patriots. And the Pats take the early lead, 6-0, thanks to the defense. 10:05 remaining here in the first quarter. The defense, Marvin Johnson intercepts, gets it down to the 1, and then the Pats sneak it in. 6-0 Pats awaiting the extra point.
You know, the other thing is, that could be a really big deal for the offense. It gives them just a tad bit of confidence because they got field position from their defense. And how many times have you ever said, hey, that shooter is struggling just a little bit, but if he can get to the free throw line, he starts to see the ball go through the hoop and he starts to knock them down. The offense can have similar results if they can just keep getting the ball at the 1 yard line, right, guys?
Extra point attempt coming your way. Elijah punches it through. And it is 7-0 Pats here with 10:05 remaining in the first quarter.
Hey, and I don't care if it's a 1 yard drive or a 99-yard drive. After last week, guys, I'm just happy to see that offense, or heck, either side, put some points on the board, though.
Well, I think the offense would be just fine with us saying, guys, what a great scoring drive right there. 1 yard for 6. But, yeah, you know, and the other thing is, how many teams have we seen throughout the history of us watching football? Sometimes one of the sides of the ball can be in a slump.
Couldn't agree more.
And they have to be picked up by the other side of the ball. It's just the way it is. And so that doesn't mean that the feel like that they weren't doing their best. But I think if we could ever get them both on the same page at the same time, we'd have a heck of a run there. Both sides very capable of doing some damage to their opponents.
Kylie, it's 7-0 if you're YOLO. That's okay. Trust me.
There you go.
There you go.
Easy.
We have our regular scoreboard available, but we're having trouble getting it to display, so we're going to the secondary scoreboard, and we do have the score on there for you. It's time for the Tiger Rock kickoff.
Way to go, Kylie.
Elijah Miller approaches, kicks. It's a high, deep kick fielded at about the 7. Ooh. And a tackle made at about the 23-yard line.
Yeah, I think that was Jalen Cook, number 13, coming down on coverage, the wide receiver right there. Had a little bit of space, but Cookie did a good job. Had laid a big hit on him right there and gives the Hillcrest defense another good starting field position for our defense against that Huey Town offense.
These are great facilities that we have here in the press box,
Most
but
definitely.
The problem is that we've got glass in front of us. We don't have enough light to be able to see our materials up here if we don't have the light on. But when we have the light on, there's all kinds of glares on the glass, which makes it hard to see the field. But hey, we've had worse conditions.
Brian and I are supposed to do that. We're the color people. We're the color guys.
All right, so here we go with a carry around left end, knocking over the sticks. Looks like that will be enough for the first down on the carry there by A.J. Robinson, the running back.
Not to say anything about those sticks, but guys, our sticks got broken against Hewitt.
Right.
Had to get a new set of sticks.
Yeah.
Those look like BSN specials over there.
Yeah, they do. They look new, too.
Yeah, they
Look at
do. And we'd know because we just got some new chains, too, at the crest.
All right. So here we go. Was it enough for the first down? They're looking at the chains right now to see.
they've broken.
It looks like
Well, never
something happened
mind.
there. So we have an official's timeout as they look to see if they can repair the chains. No, not yet, not yet. It is an official's timeout, but I think they've got it taken care of, and we're going to continue on with play.
We're
here.
not quite
Actually,
ready for
no,
a Tidwell
yeah.
paint and body timeout,
Right, right.
Kylie. Okay?
Just a little update with the clock still working to get the regular scoreboard up. 9:52 left in this first quarter. 7-0 Hillcrest. Did have a request at the community night, guys. I told Brent this earlier from our friend Jan Armour, who listens to us every week on Mixalar. She
thank you,
said
Jan.
she would appreciate it if we would say the score a little more, because she's just listening, and sometimes she can't see it. So 7-0, Miss Armour, or anybody listening. 9:52 left in that first quarter.
Well, you know whose fault that is?
Me.
It's the play guy's fault.
Never mind. It's your fault.
It is the play-by-play guy's fault because that's the play-by-play guy's
That's okay.
job.
That's
right?
what we're all here for.
So that's on me. That's on me. I
the funny
apologize
thing
for
is,
that one.
here's the funny thing about that. Anytime that Brent is not there, and Brian and I call the game without Brent, that's very rare, but that happens. Brent will always harp on us and say, guys, don't forget to say the down in the distance, the time, and the score. Say it all the time.
That's right. All right, the quarterback, Jaden Powell, in shotgun in an empty set, will take the snap. He drops back. He slings it down the left sideline. It's out of reach of his receiver. So that will bring up third down and 1, as it was a 9-yard gain on the previous run.
Yeah, great job by Colin Norfleet right there, running step for step with him. Really nowhere to throw the ball. Huey Town, Brett, like you said, could take a little bit of a shot downfield and allow their wide receiver to go up and make a play. Does bring up a 3rd and 1 for the Golden Gophers right now. See if this, I'll be quite honest, it's pretty impressive, Hillcrest front 7. We'll see if they can hold them on force a 4th down.
Powell calls the signals. He takes it. Actually, it's a direct snap, not to Powell, and it's a run down the sidelines, crossing the 50 into Hillcrest territory, down to the 45. Goes the running back, Anthony A.J. Robinson. Another big pickup for Robinson, and a first down and much more for
on that outside, but he gave up way too many yards there. And obviously, if your safety's doing a lot of tackling on the running back, usually that spells lots of yards from the offense.
26-yard gain there for A.J. Robinson. I believe we have a timeout on the field. So, guys, with this timeout, we will take a break, and we will be back after this. Your score, Hillcrest 7, Hueytown nothing, 9:23 remaining in the first quarter. We're back after this on the Hillcrest Football Broadcast Network.
What am I doing differently here?
All right, we are back here at the Gopher Hole. The Pats up 7-0.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, that's what they call it.
I
The
didn't
Gopher
even
Hole.
know. Okay.
As many times as we've been here, and y'all don't know they call it the Gopher Hole.
I
Did
know.
you say that
It's
every
just,
time?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just,
I remember that.
every time you say, oh, man.
I think it's a great nickname for a
I
stadium.
guess. What is ours? The musket ball?
Musket ball. Jaden Powell is the quarterback back in there now in shotgun. He takes the snap, and he will keep it. Oh, actually, it's not Powell. Again, it's the shotgun formation with A.J. Robinson. He takes it over left guard, picks up about 2, and it'll be 2nd down and 8 from the 44 of Hillcrest.
I guess the clock has stopped several times, but it's not. It's just now close to the 9-minute mark of the first quarter. It feels like we've been here for a minute already.
Yeah, it does.
Now we've got Powell back in there at quarterback.
Huey Town changing the play on the sideline right now. Plenty of time left on the play clock.
A.J. Robinson flanks Powell to his left. Powell takes the snap, drops back to pass.
Oh, nobody's there.
Looks over to his left and throws it out of reach of his intended receivers, incomplete. So that'll bring up a 3rd and long for the Gopher offense, 3rd and about 8.
Yeah, Brad, I think he could have probably run
I was
that.
just about to say.
I don't think he'd have scored, but I think he could have picked up an easy 15 yards right there. When I saw him release it, and I knew it wasn't a great pass, I was not disappointed.
No, it's a good call, Brian. I thought the same thing. I was thinking, thank goodness he made that decision, because another decision would have netted him a first down.
All right, here we go. 3rd and 8 for the Gophers. 3 men wide to the left, 1 wide to the right. Quarterback rolls to his left, completes this one on the left side, and it's enough for the first down as he's able to cross the sticks down to about the 36-yard line of Hillcrest. First down for the Gophers.
Good design by Huey Town there, guys. I thought there was a nice outside block. They got their man in the flats. And then also, it doesn't look like their quarterback is super accurate down the field, so take advantage of crossing routes, and they've done pretty well with that so far tonight.
The snap, Back to pass across the middle, caught once again. Pickup of about 8 to about the 27 of Hillcrest. And that'll bring up a 2nd and 2 after the completion there from Jaden Powell.
Yeah, in Hueytown, nickel and diming us kind of so far. Other than the big run that they had on the near side for 26, the 8-yard pass game, 6-yard here, it's been pretty well executed so far on this drive.
Powell takes the snap, hands this one off to A.J. Robinson, looking for some room around right in. But what a great job coming up to make the tackle for the Pats.
Maybe face mask. I agree, though.
Face mask. Marcus Silvers did a great job.
Yeah,
but can we get the replay on that? Hit that. We're a little bit late on the replay.
I got you right here, Brent.
It's okay.
Okay, we can look at the delay from watching
he got it. He got it. You can see his head. Yep.
Okay, yeah. All right. Great play by Marcus. He just grabbed him in the wrong place, face mask, and that'll be a penalty against the Pats.
Get you every time. You know, it's tough, too, because you're just trying to grab for anything you can get.
So it's a 5-yard face mask penalty, which does not give them the first down. They're still about a yard short.
After watching the delay on the YouTube broadcast, I think we're fortunate that was not a 15-yarder. At least the look of his head when the face mask was touched, grabbed, I thought it was going to be the 15-yard variety.
Okay. 3rd down and less than a yard for the Gophers. Jaden Powell calling the signals from the shotgun. 3 wide receivers to the left. Man comes in motion. Powell back to pass. Powell slings it across to the right side. Complete. And that's enough for the first down inside the 20, down to the 19-yard line. After the completion there to number 27 for the Gophers, who is not one of their starters.
Right?
So
Looks
yeah,
like
there
a
we go.
backup running back right there. But Brad, you're right. They're going quick though right here.
Yes, back up to the line of scrimmage. Powell takes it from an empty set, slings it across the middle, and it is caught inside the 5. Nice pass, completion there once again to Carter Pritchett out of the backfield, and they are at 1st and goal now from the 6.
Yeah, and they're going to huddle up here, and Brad touched on it a couple plays ago. They're taking that underneath route right there. They're not even attempting to go over the top. They're just finding the soft spot in the coverage, and they're very content picking up 5, 6, 8, 12 yards.
And Powell's doing a pretty good job hitting his targets.
A.J. Robinson takes the direct snap. He looks for some room around the right side, and he is in the end zone, and that is a touchdown for the Golden Gophers as they cut it to 7-6. 6:48 remaining in the first quarter, pending the extra point. And guys, they took on the challenge. They said, okay, you got the lead, we got the ball back, we're coming right back in this thing.
77-yard drive for Hueytown that eclipsed somewhere in the neighborhood of 3 minutes. Pretty good job there by the Golden Gophers in their own hole. The Gopher hole?
Yes. It took me a second.
Brent looked at me funny.
Okay, the extra point attempt brought to you by Dr. Brandy Patterson is up and good. We've got a 7-7 tie with 6:48 remaining here in the first quarter.
Yeah, good drive. That's a big answer. I thought they did. The quarterback right there, Jaden Powell, did a very good job after throwing that near pick 6 to Marvin Johnson, which led to a 1-yard touchdown run. And you know, I think it falls back to Hillcrest. First possession we had, 3 and out. So I think the questions still need to be answered a little bit from this offense, and hopefully we can get a nice sustained drive here, guys.
Well, we need one. I think it's one of those things where it's going to change your whole outlook of your offensive game plan, just because you want your offense to have some confidence, the ability to move the ball. Got to give them. They're going to give us another chance by taking it here, but at the same time, I'd like to see some good execution, and I think you guys would too. Of course, I'm sure Coach Greg Guy, Jamie Mitchell would too. Let's see what this field position is going to look like to start this drive, fellas.
Tiger Rock kickoff, total leather, high and short. Fielded again by Austin Cherry. He bobbles it at the 20, is able to pick it up. Looks for some room over the left side, and he breaks free momentarily, but he's brought down with a shoestring tackle at about the 36, or he could have been gone, guys.
Maybe I'm wrong, but I see this a lot in high school football, college, all the way to the pros. Sometimes when you bobble a kickoff, that kickoff team loses its lanes. Therefore, once you do regain possession, if you do, you saw right there for us, if we could have broken one more tackle, it probably would have been 13-7.
It just kind of messes up the timing of everything for the coverage team. You're right. You know, a friend of mine, Paul Looney, always tells me I outkicked my coverage with marrying Lindsay.
I don't know Paul Looney, but I'm going to have to 100% agree with that.
I know him.
Okay.
And no one works their way on the broadcast more than Lindsay.
That's true. We need to get her up here as part of the team, right? Here's a sweep to Jacoby Harrison. Jacoby's got nowhere to go, guys. He's only picking up a yard to the 39-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 9, but there is a flag
It's going to be some sort of procedural call against Hillcrest, guys. I think it was a motion issue,
I think he said 2 people moving at the same time, Brad.
Goodness.
They didn't get the other guy set before Jacoby runs his jet motion.
And it's declined.
Oh, well, they'll take the...
By the Gophers. They'll take the down. So it'll be, and I don't blame them. It's 2nd down and 10 now.
I get it, but I would take that a little personally if I'm the Hillcrest offense.
Well, I was going to say, that's just them saying they don't think we can move it.
That's exactly right.
Well, we haven't shown that we can so far.
So far, you're right.
All right, here we go with Jordan under center.
Oh, that's
the snap and the handoff on the Billy G. No, the keeper, the fake Billy G, the keeper by Jordan, as he's got a nice gain to about the 45-yard line. Good pickup of about 7, and that'll make it 3rd down and 3.
I really like that play just because it's one of those plays that we've seen in the past throughout this year where Jordan maybe he doesn't throw a good ball. Maybe he doesn't make a good read. But then you give him the ball, it engages him into the game, and it's one of those where he can kind of lock in a little bit more now that he's taken some contact.
Jordan under center now, takes the snap, hands it off to Jacoby over right guard. Jacoby tries to bounce off of a couple of players, but he's bounced backwards. Nowhere to go. No gain on the play. 4th and 3 for the Patriots from, well, actually, they're going to give him about a yard. It'll be 4th and about a yard and a half. And it looks like the offense is staying on the field, guys.
Never a doubt. The punt team never moved. That was a decision from the second that play didn't work that we were going to go for it on 4th down.
Hillcrest going in their own territory. Are they going to try to draw them off sides here is the question and pick up the easy 1st down. Jordan barks the signals, takes the snap, the pitch to Jacoby. Jacoby's got room around the right side. He's forced out of bounds in Gopher territory at the 45-yard line. It'll be a Stephen Fikes All-State 1st down, but there is another flag resting on the field.
Another hold against the good guys, Brett. I did not see it originally, but we'll watch the YouTube replay and see if you can see it.
That'll be a 10-yard penalty.
From behind there, yeah.
You guys saw one?
Yep.
Yeah, that was probably a pretty good call right there. I'm not sure the number right there, but it looked like he got by him.
Peterson.
Yeah, and Jaden just reached out and grabbed him. I'll be honest, I don't know if we picked that gain up without the hold. 4th down, you might as well do it.
So that changes things, and the offense will be forced to punt once again. Gunnar Webb comes on. He will plant his feet at the 24-yard line. The return man for the Gophers stands at his 24. Here's the snap. The kick is away. Pretty good kick. It bounces in favor of the Gophers, though, and will come back to about the 38-yard line, and Huey Town will start there.
It's only good for about 24 yards on the net, guys, 38 to 38.
I was watching Gunnar in warm-ups, and he was kicking from the 45 well into the end zone. So, he's got the leg, and I think we've seen this the last couple games where he struggled on the initial punt, and then, the next few punts he seemed to find his way a little.
Jaden Powell back at quarterback. He'll take it. He'll hand it off to A.J. Robinson, and A.J. will be brought down in the backfield. Nice job getting the Jackson Metz there, getting the penetration and pulling him down.
Jackson Metz just returned to action last week, guys. He was out. He had an injury since last February. So getting Metz back in there, adding to that depth at D-line, really helpful for us.
Good.
Loss of 1. Powell takes it, drops back to pass, slings it over here to the right side, caught and up near midfield, and enough for the 1st down on the completion to the receiver number 2, and that is Kobe Coleman.
Yeah, that's a really good design. Another relatively short throw, but it was put in a really good position there by Powell.
Powell takes it, drops back to pass again, looks downfield, being pressured, slings it down the right side, and it's out of reach for his intended receiver as he was going deep that time. falls incomplete at about the 15.
Great pressure applied by Jeremiah Beverly right there, fellas. Got a good hit on Powell. Nice clean hit also, so no flag, but the pressure is really, really important for a kid that's starting to find his groove in the pass game.
2nd down and 10 for the Gophers. Line of scrimmage is the 49-yard line, their own 49. Powell, play action, drops back, being pressured once again, escapes the pressure to the right, and completes this one down at the 28-yard line. He spins away from one tackle down to the 25 after the completion there to number 5, Kamar Williams-Eaton, the senior wide receiver.
Great job once again, leaving the pocket there. Great throw on the road, and once again, just finding the soft spot in the defense. Not that difficult of a throw. The difficult part was actually spotting him while on the run.
The snap, the handoff, A.J. Robinson fumbles it.
Get on it.
Ball is on the ground, and who has it? It looks like
Who's got the ball?
Pats. Well, I thought the Pats had recovered. It looked like D.J. Jones was on top of it. But there is a penalty.
Yeah, but they need to signal it. It doesn't matter that there's a penalty. There should be a signal of who has the ball. Then they can assess based on the penalty. There should instantly be who has the ball.
I thought we recovered.
I thought so too.
Now, I do think the penalty is on us. I think it may be a face mask. However, I agree 100%. Is there just, 5-man crew. No, never mind. We saw
there's two guys on the far side, yep.
All right.
I mean, I can't possibly. What can you still be talking about? Who got the ball? Is there a penalty?
Oh, I can think of some things. Who has the ball? Number 1.
Are they?
Number 2.
Are they arguing?
Well, the Hillcrest defense is staying on the field.
Goodness gracious. Well, it's because, okay, let's see. Personal foul, face mask, Hillcrest.
But that doesn't stop the play, does it?
No, but, I mean, I get, okay, so they're going to keep the ball. I understand that.
But it looked like D.J. Jones had recovered it.
Yeah. I guess it's moot.
3:22 left in this first quarter, 7-7 right now, but Huey Town is driving.
Okay.
1st and 4 from the Hillcrest 7-yard line.
All right, Powell calls for it, takes it, hands it off. Tackle made at about the 5-yard line, so it'll be 2nd down and about a yard now for the Gophers.
Funny thing is, not listed as a starter by Huey Town, Carter Pritchett has been really kind of a dynamic player for Huey Town so far tonight. He's caught a few passes out of the backfield, had a nice run there. That's not his only run of the game either. So Carter Pritchett, even though he's not listed as a starter, developing into a pretty good weapon for the Gophers.
All right, here we go on 2nd and 1. Powell takes it. He spins out of a tackle, powers his way forward down inside the 5, down to about the 2-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for the Gophers.
Yeah, I thought Miles Madden made a nice initial contact right there, but quarterback was able to spin out of it and able to pick up 2-3 yards.
On the 2-yard line.
I believe you.
All right, so 1st and goal now. Your score 7-7 with 2 minutes remaining in this first quarter. But Huey Town threatening to take the lead here for the first time tonight. Here's the direct snap, and into the end zone goes the running back, A.J. Robinson.
Well, so far, Huey Town has looked at the Hillcrest defense, and they're not intimidated by the whole 6A versus 7A thing.
They've dominated.
They have dominated the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball.
I mean, we've run 6 plays on offense.
Yeah.
I mean, we've run maybe a couple more with a penalty or two.
Extra point attempt. Brought to you by Dr. Brandy Patterson, the kick is up, and the kick is through. 14-7 in favor of the Gophers. Guys, this offense has really been stymied for the past 2 weeks. We haven't seen any good ball movement in a couple of
interestingly
weeks.
to me, though, Brent, the defense is the one being stymied tonight. I mean, obviously the offense too.
They're
but
struggling
so far,
as well. You're right.
The defense is really struggling so far this evening. I think the fight has been brought to them, and they have not responded so far.
That's the same thing I'm surprised by. Don't get me wrong. I thought the offense, and I still think the offense will find some success this evening.
Yeah.
But I that's been so impressive all year. I expected them to put up a little bit more of a fight, but credit to Huey Town, finding the soft spots in the defense and, be able to break some tackles and run the ball on it.
So far, Brian, and if they haven't had a soft spot, they've just created one.
Tiger Rock kickoff goes out of bounds this time. That'll be a flag against Huey Town, and Hillcrest will get it starting at the 35.
Well, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, just because we've had some success in the return game.
Yeah, you're right. We've had better field position from returns.
Yeah.
But, it's hard to turn down the 35-yard line.
Well, it's our worst starting field position of the night. And we're trailing 14-7. That's interesting.
Well, this turns into an important drive right now. Huey Town does get the ball to start the second half. I realize we still have 2 minutes left in this quarter. But from a confidence standpoint, guys, we need the offense to show something.
Okay, here we go. Let's see if the offense can get things going here. Jordan Chambly in shotgun. Takes the snap. It's the pitch on the option play, and Jacoby is knocked down in the backfield. This Huey Town defense has really had Jacoby's number.
Well, I saw the guy making the tackle over there, and it looked like big number 9, Donovan Moore. Now, I'm sure he wasn't the only Golden Gopher over there, but his big purple jersey takes up a lot of room.
After the loss of 1, it's 2nd down and 11 from the 34. Jordan under center will take the snap. Play action, Jordan back to pass, looks down the center of the field, and this one is out of the reach of his intended receiver, Austin Cherry, at about the Golden Gophers' 45-yard line.
Yeah, I thought Jamarian Williams, our tight end, slipped in. It looked like he was blocking, slipped to the other side, but Jordan just didn't quite get to that read. Tried to go deep to Austin Cherry, but couldn't complete it.
Yeah, and it looked like Cherry may have had a step on that post route, just not a ton of separation, though, that's for sure.
It needed to be a perfect ball to be completed,
No doubt.
honestly.
No doubt.
Brings up 3rd and 11 for the Pats. Here goes DeJuan Johnson in motion, and Jordan is tackled in the backfield. He fumbles it. Fortunately, the Pats are able to get on top of it way back at the 21-yard line. But, guys, this offense is going backwards.
Yeah, good job by Mason Booth, not making bad into worse there, getting on top of the fumble. But after the quick play action, by the time Jordan spun around, the Huey Town Gopher was right there in his face. Really not a whole lot he could do.
This will be maybe not the last play of the first quarter, but the next to the last play, most likely, as Gunnar Webb stands at his 6-yard line, ready to kick this one away. He does. A little bit better punt this time. The fair catch called.
It's hit
and
him.
it hit him, but the returner is able to jump on top of it just in time, but an opportunity there for the Pats, but heads-up play by the Golden Gophers' Keegan Horn, the return man.
Yeah, that's the type of thing we could use, though, momentum-wise.
Yeah.
I thought that initial pick by Marvin might be, kind of the spark we needed, but Huey Town answered, and that's the sort of thing right there. A ball that, once it hit his leg, hit his knee, it could have gone anywhere. Huey Town fortunate it took a hop for them, and the returner was able to fall on top of it.
Let me make a correction there. That's Anton Witt, number 14, on the return there for the Gophers.
About a net punt of 31 yards, fellas. Or, 36 yards.
Powell pitches this one out. Good job coming up to make the initial hit by the Pats' Jamichael Watson, and then his gang of friends comes along to make the tackle at about the line of scrimmage, and it'll be 2nd down and 10 after the carry by number 27, Carter Pritchett.
I think the defense is going to try to make some small adjustments just because Huey Town has had some success moving that line of scrimmage on their side.
All right, it's 14-7 in favor of the Gophers. That's the end of the first quarter. We're back after this. This is the Hillcrest Football Broadcast Network.
Patriot Nation gets hungry for Chinese food, there is no doubt about where to go. Lee Palace in Inglewood Village. Lee Palace has been in the same location for 20 years and loves the Hillcrest community. You just can't beat their incomparably delicious Chinese cuisine in a family-owned, friendly environment that is second to none. The folks at Lee Palace love what they do and are very passionate about providing you with the best in town. Lee Palace says, go Pats!
All right, we're back at the Gopher Hole, end of one. Hueytown leads Hillcrest 14-7. Story of the game so far, really, you know, we're talking about the offense not moving the ball, and that's true, but the defense has struggled to stop Hueytown. We got the big interception early on by Marvin Johnson, and he returned it down to the 1 yard line. Then Hillcrest punched it in. But other than that, offense or defense have really done nothing, guys.
No, Brent, you're right. And Hueytown, they've had their way with us on both sides of the ball. Something's going to have to change this quarter for the Pats.
Here's the snap. Powell back to pass. And this one is incomplete at about the 46-yard line.
Brad, you're right. Lucky break. I couldn't agree more. But you know what? Sometimes that's what it takes, though. It takes a bounce. It takes a drop ball that maybe that's what gets your defense going right now. This, I don't want to overstate it, but the second play of the second quarter right here, huge play for our defense trying to get off the field, give our offense another snap.
Powell calls the signals. Here comes the snap. He drops back. He rolls to his right to get away from pressure, being pressured by Jeremiah Beverly,
Nice,
who brings him
Jeremiah.
out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage, a loss of about 2, and that'll bring up third down and long. Great play by Jeremiah Beverly.
And I'll say this, number 4, Camarcus Silvers, he held
That's
the
fourth
safety
down now,
position
boys.
right there. It is fourth down.
Yeah.
Camarcus was able to hold that safety position and just give that quarterback 2 seconds of pause, allowed big number 94, Jeremiah Beverly, to catch up and get one of those big paws on him.
Also, he showed some wheels
Yeah,
there,
he
didn't
did.
Fourth down and 11, so we just talked about the defense not doing anything tonight except for that interception, but they come through on this and cause a 3 and out, and the Pats offense will get the ball back. Here's the snap. The kick is almost blocked, but it gets away, and it's fielded
Fumbled
after
it.
a bounce and a
He can't
fumble, and
return that.
Hueytown
No.
picks it up. Let's get the replay on that. And it was fumbled by the Pats return man. After he tried to field it on the bounce, he didn't have a good grasp of it. He got hit, and it was scooped up by the Gophers. He can't advance it like you said. Can you?
Can you?
Listen,
Are they going to bring it back?
In the pros, you can't, but
Yeah, I don't think you can advance that ball.
well, whether we can, whether we're supposed to be able to or not, the White Hat just ruled it a touchdown. 20-7. Gophers.
Wow.
All right, so they call it a touchdown. And you're right, 20-7, 11:35 remaining in this first half. And guys, this is not going the way that we had planned. Extra point attempt brought to you by Dr. Brandy Patterson.
You
The snap, the placement, and the kick is blocked. No, it's scooped up by the holder, who will try to run it in, but he's pushed out of bounds at the 5-yard line. So that keeps the score at 20-7. And
there's a flag.
okay, it's against Hueytown, so it's declined. But if things are to turn around for the Patriots in this game, guys, that could be a huge play right there with the missed extra point.
Okay, here's the other question that I have about the fumble return for a touchdown. It had to have it had to have been considered a fumble.
I agree, not a muff.
As opposed to a muff.
I was thinking that. I think he had possession of it, or at least that's what the ref said.
Yeah.
They jarred the ball loose. Then I guess you're able to advance it.
Because you definitely cannot advance a muffed punt.
And that's a rule in high school?
Yes.
Okay. then why did they allow him?
Well,
They just
no,
They're saying he
we just
had
said, I
possession.
think
It was
he
not a
had it.
muff. He actually had possession.
and then he fumbled.
Correct,
Oh,
yes.
okay. I
That's
got you.
what I'm guessing was
Yeah,
the
I
ruling.
think you're right because
Yeah.
he did have it, but he didn't have it really secured. But he had it in his hands. He had not brought it into his body, and it got knocked away.
Kylie, change it to second quarter on.
I'm
That's
sorry.
okay.
All right, here we go. Let's see what kind of what can we get going here, boys?
Tiger Rock kickoff.
Offsides
Whistles.
by the Gophs.
Okay.
Oh,
There. All right, take that scoreboard off now, Kylie. Go to scoreboard display. And just turn it off. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we got our scoreboard back. Yay! Thank you, David Jones, for bringing our scoreboard back. It's back.
thumbs up for you.
It's there. That's just delayed. You'll show up in just a second.
There we go.
All right, so things are looking up. We got our scoreboard back.
Hey, step one.
Yeah, there we go. That's a sign that things are going to start turning around for the team on the field, right?
Sure do
We
hope
need the
so.
sign.
I sure wish I could see better up here. These glares are
Yeah,
tough.
no doubt. I agree. Of all the equipment you bring in, like a little lamp.
All right, here's the kick. It's high and fielded at the 20, up to the 25, the 30, the 35,
Go,
the 40,
Gunner.
45, 50, into Gopher territory, down to the 31, and I'm afraid when you heard Brad say no, it's because a flag came flying in and this one's going to come back. But at least it's still going to be great field position because the flag is probably going to be holding, and the flag was thrown at what, about the 45-yard line?
Okay, you're right. I'll go ahead and be the one to start complaining. How many flags is that on us versus how many flags on Huey Town at this
Yeah,
point?
I
5
know.
to 1?
And look, it's fine.
I get it.
Did they have any flags?
Maybe it's 5-0, Brad.
Well,
I
they
don't
did
know,
have
but
one on the extra point that we tackled them.
And they
had
just
to be-
had
we
the
just declined
offsides
it.
on
questionable
kickoff.
muff right there. We get with the questionable. They never did call the recovered fumble down there, so I get it. We're down 20-7, and I'm finding things to complain about, but nonetheless.
Keep finding them.
Well, I hope so. Hopefully these calls are going to start evening up a little bit in the last 3 quarters of this ball game.
Guys, sorry. Can we use our phone flashlight?
Yeah,
I cannot
yeah, we gotta
see
try
the
something.
action out
Yes,
here.
absolutely.
We turn the lights on in the press box just to try to change the momentum.
Here's a sweep to Austin Cherry around right in, and Austin will be tackled way back at the 36-yard line. A loss of 9. Wow.
Yeah, I think Austin had to do it over again. He would have cut it up and kind of cut his losses. He was trying to get the corner, probably cost him 3 more yards. At the same time, I can't fault Austin. He's just trying to make a play.
Now,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Well, no, I was just thinking about, you can tell, so right now there's not really any sort of attempt to go downfield. And just to tell you the truth, guys, it looks like Huey Town has got enough speed to match anything that we feel like we may have. The jet sweeps, the outside runs, those things require speed, and we're not outspeeding them right now.
Jordan under center. The snap, he bobbles it momentarily. Play action, he looks downfield, and this one will be out of the reach of his intended receiver at the Huey Town 35-yard line. And that was Jalen Cook he was trying to get it to there.
Yeah, a nice little play action out and up route by Cookie. Just a tad overthrown, or maybe he just wasn't able to get there. You never know on that one. But he really, really was close. And I love the move by Cookie. He made the little out cut, then an up cut. He did have a step on the Huey Town defender.
3rd and about 16 for the Pats now. Chambly in shotgun. Jacoby Harris flanks him to his right. The snap. Chambly back to pass. Looks across the middle, and it's incomplete. Intended for Jalen Cook at about the 50. It's short. He can't get it. It'll be 4th down for the Pats.
Just nothing doing for Hillcrest right now on offense. Unfortunately, it's kind of a continuation of last week's game when we struggled as well, with the exception of that half-yard touchdown run after the pick by Marvin Johnson. Have we got a 1st down, guys?
No,
I don't think so.
we have not. We have not. Gunnar Webb stands ready to kick this one away, and he shanks this one. It's a line drive, but it takes a good Hillcrest bounce. It's traveling probably as far on the ground as it did through the air, as it'll be downed at about the 20-yard line, and Huey Town will take over there. 10-11 remaining in this first half. 20-7 Hueytown.
Defense, if we can find a positive, they did have a good possession right the last time. Unfortunately, the punt did not go our way. So hopefully the defense kind of finds something to click here.
43 yards on the punt, fellas.
Good job, Gunner.
Best net punt of the night.
But about 33 of them were rolling on the ground.
He was, at this point, we'll take anything.
Chipping with a driver.
Here's a pass across the middle.
Nice.
It is
another flag.
Incomplete, and a flag comes in.
Hit the replay. See if we can catch it. Yeah, I just want to see if we can catch it.
And let's see. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, I want to see that.
I think he got the offhand around his waist. Let's
yeah.
look. Yep.
Okay.
Is it close?
That's pretty close.
He must have. I mean, he's down there. I'm not.
Yeah.
Interference called on KJ on
It is what
Ryle.
it is. I'd love to see those penalty statistics. 8-0.
We can take a look at them.
Oh, it's okay. I don't really want to know.
Well, you just said you'd love to.
I know. It's
That
more
makes
like
no sense.
It's more like don't punch me in the face again.
First and 10 after the interference call against the Patriots. New line of scrimmage is the 35 of Hueytown. Here's a reverse.
Oh, man, they got that blocked
around right in, and a pass down the field completed at about the 45 and out of bounds at
can't
about
do that.
the
Don't
40.
flag.
I mean, the young man made a great catch, and then he leaned over our kid and literally yelled at him.
You can't do that.
With the official right there.
And he just said, move on, move on.
Yep.
Yeah, let's taunt. Let's just let him taunt.
Here it is on the
let's do
replay,
it.
Brad, if you want to take a
I mean,
look.
look at it.
let's
he
do
gets
it.
right
Oh,
there.
there you
He
go.
leans over him. And
There you go,
yeah,
Arch
that's it.
Manning. Arch Manning with the taunt there. Maybe his mom will be disappointed too.
Gophers again in Hillcrest territory at the 41. The snap. Pass going down the middle this time, and it is out of reach of the intended receiver after Jaden Powell tries to connect at about the 15-yard line. So it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Gophs.
Yeah, Hueytown is feeling it right now, though, fellas. Lots of momentum on their side. Taking shots deep. Able to connect on a few things.
Gadget
Trick
plays, yep.
Yeah.
When you're up 2 scores and everything has worked offensively and defensively, you can do that way. You can play loose. You can go for reverse passes.
You can go for it.
Well, that's exactly right. Yeah.
Somehow that's not as funny when you're losing by 2 scores.
No doubt.
Here's the snap and the handoff, the sweep, and not going anywhere that time. A tackle made back at the 45-yard line. The Pats' Zay Hall ready for that one.
Yeah, you will
It'll
not,
be 3rd down and 15.
You will not escape a lot of tackles being made by Zay. Really well done there by numero uno.
And we got to have somebody come up with some emotion and make some of those plays, whether it be Zay, Miles, Jeremiah, whomever it is.
We got to get off the field right here. We got to stop shooting ourselves in the foot.
So that'll be offsides against Hillcrest. Move it forward 5 yards. Still remains 3rd and about 9.
You got to figure Jackson is just, I mean, how much gameplay has he seen?
I think he played 4 plays last week is what he told me.
That's one of those things where you haven't seen it. You're and you want to make a play. You don't blame him for wanting to make the play. It's just, and it's so hard to be so disciplined to be like, I know don't jump. I know don't jump. You can tell yourself all day, but then all of a sudden your motor is ready to go, man.
3 wides to the right, 1 here to the left. Jaden Powell takes it, drops back, looks for a man. He's unable to find anybody. There comes Jeremiah Beverly. No, not Jeremiah Beverly. That's 98 for the Pats, and that is Amari Lewis making that tackle.
Nice job, despite the hold. Check out that replay. I want to see the hold.
Yep.
Because he was being held, which is fine. I mean, you're allowed to do that. Man.
Well, it worked out fine for us that time.
Well, I didn't like the no call.
All right, so the Gophs will have a 3 and out for the 2nd time in a row. Well, I guess they did get a first down. Almost blocked there by Zay Hall. The kick is called for a fair catch at about the 12-yard line. Jacoby Harris makes that fair catch, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Pats. 8:21 remaining in the first half. Offense with an opportunity now starting deep at their 12-yard line. Guys, what can we do? It just seems like everything we try, Hueytown has an answer for.
Yeah, unfortunately, in my opinion, once again, sometimes I'm hesitant to do this because I know Coach Mitchell, Coach Guy think 10 steps ahead of us. I would love to see some shorter passes to some of our running backs, our wide receivers, something not so deep. Allow Jordan to just see some success out there and let him gain a little more confidence.
Yeah, we got to get the shooter to the free throw line.
Jordan takes the snap. Here's the belly G, and nowhere to go. Wow.
I think, Brian, also, obviously, you're right. They think way ahead of us. But I agree. Those crossing routes, something across the middle of the field. But, here's the other thing, guys. When you have a defensive line that's playing as well as Hueytown's defensive line is right now, you don't have to bring linebackers in to support the run game.
It's a good point.
And so their linebackers are allowed to cover that. And that's kind of – they got 5 guys in the box right now.
2nd down and 10 for the Pats. A high snap to Jordan. He's able to field it, but he is not able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Actually, they'll mark him right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe give him a yard. It'll be 3rd down and 9.
It's 3rd down.
The other thing I might like to see, honestly, is let's run that clock. Try to get to the half.
Anything.
So we can make some adjustments. Because I know that there are adjustments to be made, and I know there's a way to combat these things. But I think the coaches may need just a tad bit more than just the time they're getting in between plays or in between possessions.
3rd down and 9 for the Pats from their own 13-yard line. Jordan back to pass. Jordan releases this one. And it is caught by Cookie at the 31-yard line, and that will be enough for a Stephen Fikes All-State first down.
Yeah, good ball there. Beat that big time, Brad. Good job by right there. Jordan did not get a lot of time. Honestly, when he threw it, I thought it was kind of a wing and a prayer. Good job by Jalen, kind of finding the ball.
Yeah, making
good job
that
catching
adjustment.
it. Correct.
Did you guys also notice the footwork of Jordan? He is a little tentative. He's taking a few shots. He threw that one well off his back foot. Didn't take any contact, but was kind of anticipating it. So threw it off the back foot instead of being able to step into it.
First down for the offense. Here goes a run by Jacoby with positive yards down to the 41-yard line. Nice pickup of about 8 by Jacoby on his first big gainer of the night. It'll be 2nd down and 2 from the 40.
Guys, first down by the offense. Nice play on first down by the offense. Defense is over there getting a breather. Couple of really good things going on right now. Clock is running. Look, really early in the game. Lots of action still to play. And Hillcrest doing a couple really good things right now, fellas.
2nd down and 2 for the Pats from their own 40. DeJuan Johnson is at the tailback position. Jordan Chambly under center, takes the snap, the belly G to Jacoby, and Jacoby is really close to the first down sticks. I believe he's got it just enough to the 42-yard line, and that'll be a Stephen Fikes All-State first down for the Pats.
Yes, they did give him the first down, Brand. I love it. Thank you again to Stephen Fikes All-State for sponsoring our first downs tonight and all season long, and for about 12 years. So thanks again.
5:40 and counting. The Pats still trailing 20-7, but having a little bit of success on offense this time. They moved it to the 42, their own 42. They started out at their own 12. The most yards this offense has had so far in this first half. Jordan under center takes the snap, the handoff to DeJuan Johnson on the belly G, and his belly goes down to the ground. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, I think Jamie Mitchell's thinking along the lines of you, Brad, to where you use some clock. Yeah. Obviously, we could use some points here, whether it be 3 or 6, but either way, try not to give Hueytown that ball back in this half, especially since they get it to start the second half.
And any and all of those things that you mentioned are positives. They don't have the ball, offense resting. I did see a little fight there by Jordan Chambly, too. I like that we're not just going to stand around and take it. I mean, the Hillcrest way, we may not win
We're going to have to call a timeout here, guys.
Fighters.
Yeah,
It's okay, we
Hillcrest
took
is
one.
forced to call a timeout before the delay of game. With that timeout, we will take a break. Your score, Hueytown 20, Hillcrest 7. Back after this on the Hillcrest Football Broadcast Network.
When I finally got into college, I remember that a lot of the finances were now not on my parents but on me. I remember telling my teller this, and she had such amazing advice to set up 2 savings accounts. One could be used solely to build up, and then the other could be used for emergencies. And I still have both of those accounts to this day. The Alabama Credit Union employees really have your back and are willing to do everything in order to give you great service.
Patriot Nation gets hungry for Chinese food, there is no doubt about where to go. Lee Palace in Inglewood Village. Lee Palace has been in the same location for 20 years and loves the Hillcrest community. You just can't beat their incomparably delicious Chinese cuisine in a family-owned, friendly environment that is second to none. The folks at Lee Palace love what they do and are very passionate about providing you with the best in town. Lee Palace says, go Pats!
All right, we are back here at the Gopher Hole, and the Gopher Hole is looking like a holy terror to us so far. 20-7, the Pats trail the Gophers with 4:36 remaining in the first half. They're back at the line of scrimmage, 2nd down and 10 from the 41. Jordan in shotgun calling the snap signals. He completes this one to Austin Cherry. No, Austin is unable to rein it in. He bobbles it, incomplete. It'll be 3rd down and 10 for the Pats.
Injury on the field. So what do we got here? 3rd and 10 coming up here in just a second. Okay, we really could use some, even if it's short of the 1st down.
Right.
At least get something to where that clock runs just a tad. Even if it's 4th and 2, 4th and 3, you got to figure that, you know, Hillcrest will consider going for it just because of the score and they're right now. However, then there's the flip side of that argument. Do you really want to give Hueytown the ball at the 50 when you have not been very successful in the line of scrimmage at all tonight on either side of the ball?
Yeah, with that being said, Brad, I think at this point, though, you got to try something.
Yeah,
you
sure.
certainly don't want to go down into the half 27-7 or anything like that. Hey, at the same time, though, you got to wonder, how many chances are we even going to get? Have we been past the 50 maybe one time with the exception of the Marvin pick? So, you know, I think the offense, probably the offensive coaching staff, much like us, is just kind of grasping at things, trying to find anything that they can get to consistently work for our guys.
Hey, guys, while we have this opportunity, let's take a look at some stats on the Mission Express Car Wash stat line from tonight. I don't think we're going to like what we hear, but let's take a look at them anyway.
Wait a minute, we're going to talk about that instead of playing the game at the half? Just want to make sure. Because
no, it's okay.
I'm going to be good.
Okay.
I'm going to be good tonight.
Do you want to go ahead and take a guess right now?
No, go ahead. Guys off the field, you go for it.
Okay, let me see if I can find this here. Yeah, okay, we're coming back out on the field, but I will give you this. Hillcrest has 4 first downs now, Hueytown 7. 150 total yards for Hueytown and 39 for Hillcrest. Most of them have been on this particular drive. It's 3rd and 10 right now, though, from their own 42. They've moved it up from the 12. Need a big play here on 3rd down. Jordan takes the snap, drops back, being pressured, and Jordan is brought down at the 30. Wow.
Offensive line right now, I'm not sure what's going on with him now, but they're giving Jordan no time at all. He had a couple 3-step, 4-step drop, and by the time he even tried to set his feet, he was kind of just overwhelmed by the Hueytown defense.
I'm telling you, it looks like that pressure is pretty much being brought by 3 Gopher linemen. I did see a corner come in, so there may, and I didn't catch whether it was a cat blitz over there on the far side, but it did look like an additional defender came in.
Gunnar Webb back on to punt. It's a low, wobbly line drive. It takes a good Hillcrest bounce and will die at about the 30-yard line of the Gophers, and they'll take over their 1st and 10 with 3:41 remaining in this first half and the lead at 20-7. You want to hear some more stats while we have this opportunity?
Not really.
Yeah, I was going to say, it sounds awesome. Well, let's do it.
Okay. 3rd down efficiency. don't know if this is right or not. I think this. No, I'm not. I don't know if that stat is correct because it can't be. Passing yards, Huey Town with 123, Hillcrest with 15.
Whew.
Chamblee is 3 for 8, Huey Town at 7 for 14 on the night. Rushing yards, the Pats have 15, Huey Town 27. Here we go, 1st and 10 for the Gophers. Jaden Powell calling the signals. He'll take the snap, he'll drop back to pass, being pressured and brought down in the backfield. If we can get a replay on that one, Kylie. That's big Jeremiah Beverly.
That was
making
A.J.
Love.
Love.
Oh, it was A.J.?
Oh, yeah,
Okay, I thought it was
A.J.
Jeremiah.
Love.
My bad.
Yep.
Nice play by A.J., the Austin Peay commit.
Talking to him today in my classroom. He's going to take his official sometime in November, guys.
It's going to be a beautiful time to see Clarksville, Tennessee.
After a loss of 10, that'll make it 2nd down and 20 for the Gophers.
You got to wonder if Jamie Mitchell will even worry about using the final 2 Tidwell paint body timeouts, or if he's looking to get to the half as well.
Powell back to pass, completes this one on the right side. Pickup of about 16 down to the 36-yard line, making it 3rd down and 4.
I think it depends on what happens here, Brian.
Yeah, I agree.
Ball in place on the 37-yard line.
That's a good ball. We dropped number 1, Alabama commit right there, Zay Hall into coverage. Good job finding the soft spot again.
Big play for the Hillcrest defense, needing to come up with something here.
Goodness.
And they draw the Pats offside on the hard count. Jamichael Watson comes in from his outside linebacker position, and that's going to give them the 1st down the easy way.
That feels like about, and I don't know the statistics, and I don't even know what you have.
Penalties?
I don't think I want to know, but it feels like about the 10th accepted penalty by Hillcrest tonight.
Like
10th.
10th offsides by our defense this season too, Brad.
10 accepted penalty, and I don't know if that's correct number, but that's got to be close.
Hey, great job by the D-line right there. Big A.J. Love in there. I think he'll probably be credited with the sack right there, but certainly assisted by number 96, Deshaun Pope as well.
And I like the fact that they brought the house, it looked like, just because, you know, the more time he has back there, the worse defensive back play you get. Not that they've been bad, but your defensive backs are a lot better when the quarterback has less time to throw the ball. Defensive ends make great defensive backs.
After that sack, it's 2nd down and 15. Jaden Powell takes it, drops back, looks over to the right side, and it is complete. Across the 50 to the 49-yard line, about a yard short of the 1st down. 1:23 and counting remaining in this 1st half. Huey Town up to the line of scrimmage quickly as they will have a 3rd down and 1 here in Hillcrest territory
Credit
again.
to Powell, great throw, guys. Right over top of some Hillcrest linebackers. I thought that was really well delivered by the young man from Gopher land, from the Goph hole.
Powell in an empty set now. 2 wides to the right, 3 to the left.
Hey!
And it
that's
like,
an accepted penalty on Huey Town. What do you know?
It's going to be a false start against Huey
What's this,
Town.
offside? Nope. That's at least the first one.
Well, there's been more than that.
Well, I don't remember very many, Brent. You're on my team. Just go with it.
Was it the second one? I think
so.
I don't remember one.
There have been more. There was offsides on the kickoff that I remember.
Brent, if you don't go with me and Brian on that sort of thing, you're fired.
That makes it 3rd down and about 6 for the Gophers. New line of scrimmage, the 35. Powell back to pass. He's got nowhere to go, and he will
Now
be
take a timeout.
sacked once again.
Yes, I love it.
This time the Pats, Deshaun Pope making the sack. It'll bring up 4th down and 10. 37 seconds remaining in the 1st half.
Defense has decided to not let that joker nickel and dime us anymore tonight, or at least in this half. I love the fact that they put some, well, at least in this half, because it's almost over. But I'm just saying, I love the fact that they really put a lot of pressure on him, and that pocket collapsed quickly. It was almost like Hillcrest kind of gave them some Huey Town medicine right there, guys.
Yeah, I'm interested to see here. Do we just send the house to try to get a punt block right here, or are we worried about roughing the kicker? Do we try to give one of our return men a chance? I'll be interested to see which philosophy Coach Mitchell takes.
When you're down, in my opinion, of course I'm not the coach, but in my opinion, you're down 20-7, 37 seconds left. If he kicks it away, we're going to get it on about the 10, 15-yard line. That doesn't do you a whole lot of good with that little time left. So you might as well go ahead and send the house and try to block it.
To play devil's advocate, we certainly have had our fair share of penalties today, and I might be worried about roughing again, but I understand where you're coming from, Brent.
But down 20-7, and they get the ball first in the second half, I say you got to take some chances here and there.
Right. That's not a bad point. Lots of different ways to play it. It also feels like a short snap.
The punter takes it. Ooh, Marvin Johnson is close, but not quite there.
Clock
so
stopped.
It's out of bounds at about the 42-yard line. So a very short punt. Hillcrest with 31 seconds and about 58 yards to go, or even less than that if they want to try to get in field goal range. Elijah Miller has shown that he has a very good leg. If we can get in field goal range, get a score going into the half, cut it to 20-10, that's a big positive going into the locker room.
And you figure that Coach Mitchell, I think he'll let him try from the 35
That's
and
what
in.
I was thinking.
Yeah.
So you're going to need 23 to 28 yards right here to at least give Elijah a realistic shot.
I like the 23-yard number better, Brian, but I think you're spot on.
Jordan takes the snap, rolls to his right, looks downfield. Being pressured, decides to keep this one, crosses the 50, the 45, the 40, the 35, and out of bounds at the 31-yard line for Jordan Shamley on the nice pickup, putting us in field goal range.
Yeah, it was a good job. I thought it was a good offensive call as well, rolling him out there, not giving him, not just that straight drop back, allowing Jordan to use his athleticism there. We see the Huey Town D-line didn't get to him immediately. Great job by Jordan with the biggest game for the Pats offense this half.
That was really well done, and the athleticism of Jordan Shamley showed right there with his ability to get out there.
For sure.
Also, not a ton of time. Hillcrest still with a Tidwell paint and body timeout by my count.
20 seconds remaining. Line of scrimmage is the 32. That's where they mark Jordan out. Let's see what the Pats can do with it here. Here's Jordan dropping back to pass. Looks down the left sideline, and this one is
there it is. Dang, I was about to say he's holding him.
There we go.
A pass interference call.
Oh, and then a hip thrust.
Will be made.
Just whatever they want to do. Yeah, you can hip thrust them. Yeah.
Trent Curley, the intended receiver. It will be pass interference.
Do you think we'll see an unsportsmanlike conduct on the hip thrust by number 7?
No.
Nah. Little WWE action out there.
All right, so now with 16 seconds left, the good news is also, guys, that only took 4 seconds off the clock. And now the Pats are within range of potentially putting 6 on the board. A couple of chances for that possibly before the field goal attempt.
All right, obviously in field goal range, plenty of leg by Elijah Miller from this point. So even if he were to kick it now, it'd be no more than a 40-yard attempt.
Yeah, I would expect at least one shot to the end zone here, guys.
Maybe more.
Yep, you got to figure you had 3 plays, possibly 4 plays that Hillcrest has to work with if they use that clock judiciously.
Brian, I think you said it earlier. I love the way that, or maybe it was you, Brent, one of you guys mentioned rolling the pocket and moving him outside behind the tackles. And I love that, getting him outside of that range.
I'm thinking, guys,
doing a great job.
I'm thinking, guys, we got one short play here and another shorter play to the end zone possibly. Jordan is back to pass. Here's that short play to the sideline at about the 18-yard line, but it is just out of the reach of the Pats' Trent Curley.
Yeah, only 4 seconds again, and Brad, going back to that last point, that was kind of a straight drop back, and Huey Town got pretty easy pressure with that 3-man front. So I would guess the last 24 minutes and 12 seconds of this game, we're going to see Jordan moved around a little bit more than so far in the first half.
Well, if you move him around, you have the opportunity to use his athletic ability, his legs, and get big plays like we just did a couple of plays ago.
The only downfall of doing that right now, though, guys, is it takes more time to do it.
In this situation, no, but in the second half is what you're saying, maybe make that adjustment.
Obviously, the straight drop on that last play is a lot quicker, but you'd certainly like to see that athleticism be utilized.
Jordan back to pass, slings this one over to the left side to Curley.
Touchdown.
He's down
he's
at the
definitely down.
1-yard line.
Down.
He hit the ball on the ground. 6 seconds left, and the ball is on the 1-yard line. Let's see. He was tackled.
See if he reaches the ball out.
He reaches out.
Does,
yes,
but he doesn't.
He reached it out.
He doesn't get far enough, Brian.
Okay. Did he fumble it through the end zone if they had called it a fumble? No, we recovered it in the end zone. So,
but whatever the case is, he didn't extend it to the goal line anyway. Just from what it looks like to me, even if they would have given him credit for the extension, I would think it would have only gotten to the one.
We use our last Tidwell Paint and Body timeout.
Interesting, though, his knee must have been down because when the ball hit the ground, when he hit it on the ground as he was stretching out, it was on the 1, and they marked it at the 3-yard line. So I'm thinking his knee must have been down before he stretched it.
I think you're exactly like that, spot on, Brent, where he thought about stretching, and he just wasn't quite there yet.
All right, so which makes a big difference with 6 seconds left, guys. And that's our final Tidwell Paint and Body timeout, is it not?
Yes.
The ball is on the 3-yard line, so it's either you go for the touchdown with 6 seconds from the 3, or you go ahead and be safe and kick the field goal and get the points. What do you do?
I think you run 2 plays to the end zone.
2 plays in 6 seconds?
Well, if you get one play for 5 seconds, you got a second left. So
you don't have any timeouts, though.
Yeah, but if you throw the ball with a quick out right there into the end zone, it takes 4 or 5 seconds. So you have 6 seconds of game clock, but in reality, you have closer to 10 or 11 seconds.
Well, remember, the first play just can't take 6 seconds.
Absolutely.
First play, just anything under 6, you get a second play.
Unless you get tackled in bounds.
Well, you don't throw it in bounds. Throw it in the end zone.
Jordan takes the snap, slings it over to Jacoby Harris, and he's in the end zone. Touchdown, Patriots. Huge. 3 seconds remaining in this first half. The Pats carry. Where did that possession start? On about the
42, maybe?
42?
Yeah, because I counted 28 yards, which I think would have gotten us to the 30 for field goal position.
58 yards in a little over a minute.
Nice.
To cut it to a 1-score game here heading into the half. Signs of life for the Patriot offense.
Nicely done.
Dr. Brandy Patterson of Brookwood Women's Health Center, extra point now for the good guys again. Elijah Miller on to kick it for the Pats. The snap, the placement, the kick is up, the kick is through. It is good. 2014 now with 3 seconds remaining in this first half.
And and obviously if
there is a pulse. There is a pulse.
Well, I think that may have been a game-saving drive right there. If we go in down 27 or worse than that, that's real tough. And you know that, especially after last week, that locker room was going to be down a little bit. So great job by Hillcrest answering there, kind of on a positive note going into the halftime break.
I'll tell you what,
there's one more kickoff left.
Guys, that's right.
Good point, Brent. Good point.
But look, that drive was so important for so many different reasons. And, you know, because the offense really sputtered at best all half. And I'm sure they felt a lot of pressure, too. You know they've got to be feeling the pressure after scoring 0 points last week against a really, really good Hewitt team.
Right.
And then, of course, one of your best playmakers is not, suited up tonight. And so then you think about who's going to be out there, who's going to make the play, and they have to kind of look at each other and be like, somebody's got to step up.
Yep.
And that's not an easy thing for some kid to do when they're not used to doing it.
Right.
And look, new leaders will emerge. It's like, it's the way it is.
Mm-hmm. Tiger Rock kickoff. Elijah Miller kicks this one away. It is a short kick, and it's out of bounds. No time goes off the clock, and the Gophers will have it at the at their own 35-yard line.
And you know Elijah was he's just trying to squib it there, trying to use up the final 3 seconds, kind of shanked it a little bit. But on the 35, I agree, Brad. I think that's a lot safer than trying to kick it away and letting a Huey Town kid make a play.
No doubt. And now maybe you get a chance to just, put your prevent in, everybody back up. Probably a lot safer than a kick return.
For sure.
You got a line of 4, now 5 Hillcrest Patriots lining up at the Huey Town 45-yard line.
Yeah, about 25 yards off the line of scrimmage.
That last line of defense. Even Zay Hall is 10 yards off the ball. No,
Here's a snap, and Huey Town just takes a knee and is going to take it into the locker room because they're like, hey, we get the ball first in the second half. We might as well just take it on into the locker room. Your score at halftime, Huey Town 20, Hillcrest 14. We're back with the Stephen Fikes All-State Halftime Show after this on the Hillcrest Football Broadcast Network.
What initially drew you to become a member of Alabama Credit Union, and how has your experience evolved since then?
Yeah, so I came for college. And my dad and I came down, and Alabama Credit Union was convenient to campus. Being young, first time opening a bank account, and looking for some relationship. And so that's where I started. And then over the years, I have gotten married, had a family, and so it's just been with me every step of the way and in relationship with me.
All right, we are back at the Gopher Hole in Hueytown, Alabama, and you see the Pride of Patriot Parkway Marching Band making their way out onto the field. We can just go ahead and stay on the band there, but thank you for joining us for our halftime show brought to you by Stephen Fikes Allstate Insurance. It is the Stephen Fikes Allstate halftime show, and we are going to take a little break up here as you enjoy the Hillcrest Patriot Pride of Parkway Marching Band coming up here in just a moment as soon as they get settled. And guys, we got a lot of time to talk about this during halftime. We'll have our little off-camera discussion here while the band is playing, but also we will look at the stat line brought to you by Mission Express Car Wash, and we will also take a look at the RSV Design scoreboard update to see what else is going on around the state. And we will do our college picks as well coming up for this halftime. So lots of stuff coming your way at the Stephen Fikes All-State halftime show. But, well, you're muted at the moment, but you won't be muted.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right. But we will go down to the field now and enjoy the sounds of the Hillcrest Pride of Patriot Parkway Marching Band.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field the Hillcrest High School Pride of Patriot Parkway Marching Band. This season will embark on a journey of growth and contemplation, help you look in the mirror, and discover just what you were made for as we present our show titled Reflections. Please enjoy as drum majors Emerson Gore, Joel Shim, and Mariella Sledge and the Hillcrest High School Marching Band take the field.
you've got it. The Pride of Patriot Parkway Marching Band from down Patriot Parkway in 69 South in Tuscaloosa, doing a great job as they always do. We're going to take a break here on the Stephen Fikes All-State Halftime Show. And when we return, we have so much for you. We have the Mission Express Car Wash stat line. We have the RSV Design scoreboard update. And we have the Hillcrest Tennis College Football preview. Keep it here. Your score at the half, Hillcrest trailing the Huey Town Golden Gophers 20-14. Back after this on the Hillcrest Football Broadcast Network.
Hey, Patriot Nation, come on down to the Frame Shack. Frame Shack can make your art, photos, and keepsakes come alive and become a focal point in your home, office, or place of business. For over 35 years, Frame Shack has been custom making frames for art, mirrors, photos, and shadow boxes. They offer a fine line of molding, mats, artwork, and ready-made frames. Frame Shack is family-owned and always guaranteed to frame with a personal touch.
Go, Pats!
All right, we are back here at the Gopher Hole. Stephen Fikes All-State Halftime Show. Brent Jones, Brad Armstrong, and Brian Pirano here with you. And guys, the first thing that we always do at halftime when we have the opportunity is we take a look at our Mission Express Car Wash stat line, right? So let me get this thing adjusted here, and okay, now that's good. So we'll do that now. And guys, let's just take a look at a few of these. The biggest one that I see on here is that Hillcrest offense has 77 total yards. Hillcrest has 77 total yards, and Huey Town has 145.
Yeah, 58 of those, Brent, I believe were on that last Hillcrest possession right there. So prior to that drive, that means we only had 19 yards in the first half. Even if that's not 100% accurate, I think that is a pretty good idea of how much success Hillcrest had offensively in that half.
It's been very difficult. The defense started out with the big turnover, the interception by Marvin Johnson, and got it down to the 1 yard line, and Hillcrest punched it in to take the early lead. But after that, Huey Town answered immediately with a long, 70-ish yard drive? 77-yard drive to score to tie it up. And then Hillcrest offense couldn't do anything for the rest of the half. Huey Town offense scored again to make it 20-14, missed the extra point. Hillcrest, with just over a minute remaining in the first half, the offense finally came alive, had a touchdown drive of how long was that drive? 58 yards, scoring with 3 seconds left to cut it to a one-score game here at 20-14. But Huey Town gets the ball first in the second half. Guys, signs of life. It's been a tough first half, but we're not out of this thing. We very well could be.
Here's what I like, too, and Brian is the one that said, I think we talked a little bit about what are they going to do? And then when Jamie Mitchell took the timeout on third down, after the sack, and it forced Huey Town to do something different. And then, of course, we benefited from a really bad Huey Town punt. And those things kind of went together. And then if Hillcrest just put their foot on the gas and said, we're not going to just take a knee and go to the half. We're going to try to get a score. Right. And then they executed really, really well. Of course, aided by the run by Jordan Chambly. I don't know how many yards, but 30-something. And really well done. And, of course, finished it by getting out of bounds, saving the timeout that Hillcrest had.
Okay, apologize for that little technical glitch. We are back on the Stephen Fikes All-State Halftime Show. Brad, you were saying...
I was saying something about momentum.
Yes.
We got some.
So I agree that last possession looked like maybe we found a little something. Maybe Jordan started thinking a little left, getting him out, using his legs. Maybe Coach Mitchell, Coach Guy, just gave Jordan a little confidence going into there. And that's what they're saying in the half right now. They're making adjustments, but, Hueytown won the first 27, well, probably longer than that. They won the first 23 minutes of the first half, but we did have that positive last minute that'll hopefully give us some confidence going into the second half.
But last time we were here, what happened last
Turn
time
your
we
sound
were here?
down, Brian. We're hearing your sound. We're hearing somebody's sound. There it is. That's it. Okay, it was causing an echo there. Okay. All right. So yeah, we're doing good. We're doing good. Okay, guys, let's move on now because we got a lot of stuff to do here in the halftime show. Let's move on to the RSB Design scoreboard updates. What you got?
I got a couple, man. I got Spain Parks leading James Clemens 14-7.
14-7, okay.
That's what I have. I got Auburn over Moody 28-0 in a game that means something to us, but overall not a ton. IMG leading 28-7 over Central Phoenix City.
I have Bibb County leads Northridge 14-13. Central all over Gardendale 42-7. Wow. Hewitt leads Pinson 28-0. Chelsea leads Bryant 14-0. Brookwood, the Fighting Panthers, aren't they over right now?
I believe so, Brad, but they may have had an early win against West Blockton. I'll look right now.
But I got them 15-6 leaders over the Tigers of Chilton County.
Okay.
And then, let's see.
What's that Hoover score? You got it?
You had 24-7 last we saw. Okay, yeah, 24-7.
Yep.
And then Holt leads Pickens County for the Ironman Homecoming Fest, 23-7. And look, Holt has more wins than Brookwood and County High combined.
Yeah, they do.
Speaking of County High, Prattville, Vestavia, and Oak Mountain, all Class 7A Region 3 foes are off this week.
Yeah, some teams choose to have it this week, Brad.
Yep.
Some choose the opening week. Some choose technically week 1, or a lot like us choose the final week 10 of the season. Hopefully giving us some rest headed to the playoffs, but obviously a lot of season left to play.
Yeah, I certainly hope that's the case, Brian. But some really good scores around really good games going around the state. Obviously, it's a non-region week. We'll be back in region play next week. Of course, join us at Roy Johnson Stadium as the Hillcrest Patriots host the Tuscaloosa County Wildcats for the first time since 2021.
Yeah, that's right. It's been a while since we've played there. One more score from region our region last night. I know talking about it, but Thompson lost to Clay Chalkville. I think Clay Chalkville has a legitimate claim to say they are the best team over the last half-decade in the state of Alabama. They've had a lot of success against Thompson, a perennial 7A powerhouse, but Clay has continued to had a ton of success even with a coaching change.
Yeah, they've been really, really good. Of course, the guy that's the coach there, Clay, is he's a Clay guy.
Right.
He played quarterback for the state championship team when they first became a school, and has been there ever since. So it's Clay through and through.
Can you tell me that score again for Clay and Thompson?
Absolutely, I got it right in front of me. It's Thompson lost to Clay 28-24.
That's amazing, and especially when you consider that Thompson just absolutely destroyed Vestavia last week, 35-3.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a good team.
Kind of speaks to Clay Chalkville's ability to step up in weight class. Step up. Thompson has a significantly higher enrollment than Clay, but Clay I believe that's 3 of the last 4 years that Clay has beaten the Thompson Warriors.
Here's an interesting thing that I'd like to bring up, a little food for thought, fellas. Clay people, we got an email not too long ago, and for those of you that don't know, this is a reclassification year. So in the next few months, it will be determined, or we'll find out, if we are going to stay in 7A or may move back down to 6A at for the 26-27 school cycles, okay? Clay people expect to move to 7A, right? And so that game, the Thompson-Clay game, could very well become a region game next year.
Yeah.
and could determine playoff standings. And, of course, we I can't tell you a lie. We're kind of rooting for 6A. But at the same time, and if we're in 7A, then that could be a region opponent for us, too.
Everything I've read on several outlets had said that Clay is expected to move up along with some other schools, Hazel Green, a few other schools.
I wouldn't be shocked if Spring Park, Helena kind of leapfrog us. Our enrollment numbers have gone down slightly, so we'll see.
Hey, guys, I know you're trying to avoid this, but you can't avoid it any longer. We've got to go to the college football preview, okay?
Oh, there's no time left. Another commercial, don't we?
You've gone long enough, so let's go to the college football preview, and let's take a look now at the records. Well, gosh, who's 5-0? That's impressive. 5-0 last week.
That is so impressive.
I had some group text muted. I don't even know what's going on.
So that puts me at 11-9. But Brad, you're still in the lead. You were 2-3. You're still in the lead at 12-8. I'm a game behind you at 11-9. Brian, you were 3-2 last week, and that puts you overall at 10-10. So a nice tight race as we head into the home stretch. Let's look at those games that we have in store for us for this weekend. Let's start off with the big one between the hedges in Athens as number 17 Alabama takes on number 5 Georgia. Alabama a 3.5-point underdog. And guys, I'm going to go first. We talked about this before the show here tonight, and I am, make sure that you get this straight, okay? I am obviously pulling for Alabama to win, and I hope with all my heart that Alabama wins. Sure. But I kind of have a feeling if I look at it realistically, which I'm trying to do and trying to win this competition, I think Georgia covers and beats Alabama at home. Hope beyond hope that I am wrong, but I'm going to go with the Dogs.
Yeah, as a person who simply cannot, I cannot go against my school ever. You know, as I've said, if Hillcrest is playing the Green Bay Packers, I'll think Hillcrest could find a way to win the game. I just can't ever go against my team, even on a pick'em contest, obviously. So, true to form, I will take Alabama to cover the is it 3.5? Okay. The line is down to 2.5.
Something's got to give. Georgia.
Yeah, there's been a lot. Now I'm not going to say.
Georgia's got a 33-game home win streak. Kirby Smart has a 1-6 record against Alabama. Kalen DeBoer has a 6-1 or 6-2 record against top 5 opponents. Something's got to give here.
Yeah, and all I can say, I cannot pick with my head, even though I truly believe Alabama is going to win this game as well as cover the points.
All right, go Brad.
I'll try to make it a little quicker because I don't really care about this. Right. But I'll take Georgia.
Okay. All right, we got Auburn, a 6.5-point underdog at Texas A&M. Texas A&M, the number 9 team in the country. Auburn coming off a game in which they got a little bit ripped off there, you might say.
Well, they did give up 9 sacks. Let's don't get crazy here, Auburn people.
That's true.
I realize that.
I don't know that they would have won the game, but that was illegal.
The sneaky play with the guy on the sideline, I get it. However, don't give up 9 sacks, and you probably don't have to worry about it.
Right. Yep. Okay, this particular game, though, Texas A&M looking good, looking really strong. The big win over Notre Dame, looking like a really good top 10 team. But Auburn also showing that they're a team to contend with. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. I don't have a dog in this hunt, but I will say I agree. I think Auburn looks like a really good football team so far, despite the fact that they did lose at Oklahoma. Oklahoma is a buzzsaw right now. Now, obviously, with Mateer with an injury, I think that will change things a little bit. Yeah. But I do think Auburn is better than a lot of people are giving them credit. I'm not so sure how good Notre Dame is. And so I think the win by Texas A&M is probably just, I don't know. I think I'm taking Auburn to cover on a 6.5.
All right, what you got, Brian?
You know what? I think the Auburn defense is legitimate, right? I still question how good that offense is right now. I'm not sure Jackson Arnold is. I think he seems a little one-dimensional at times. So obviously, I'm not the biggest Auburn fan in the world, and I almost always pick against them. But I truly believe A&M will cover this by a similar total, somewhere between 7 and 10 points. So I will take A&M.
Being on the road makes it difficult for this one. That spread is, I think, about right where it needs to be, 6.5. But I'm going to go with Auburn and take the dog in this one. We're going to have to continue on with these. One of you girls go and turn off the light there, please, so we can see, because we're about ready. We got the kickoff out here on the field. So, Kylie, if you'll go back to the field camera. Okay. And let's take the lower third there off, and let's go with the Tiger Rock kickoff. And we'll go and kind of be ready to come back with those picks in between plays so we can get those going, okay? So we can get those in. These guys try to avoid it because they know that I'm running away with the competition. So.
Running away with? Jeez. Oh, my.
In the process.
Actually, what I've done is more impressive because I'm 2-3 and I still have the lead.
Elijah Miller with the Tiger Rock kickoff. And here we go with the second half. Kick is away. And this one bounces at the 22, and it's fielded at the 19. And he'll be tackled at the 21. So good job there finding the hole that time for Elijah Miller. Yeah, let's go back while we have a chance. Let's go back to the picks. And I got Auburn. You got Texas A&M. Brad got Auburn. A 3.5-point underdog is Oregon at Penn State. Who wants to go first? Brian?
I think it's going to be that whiteout atmosphere is very, very difficult. I've never quite been able to believe in Penn State, so I am going to go with the road favorite. Excuse me, the road dog, and I'm going to take Oregon.
Quack, quack. I got the Ducks plus 3.5. What do you got, Brad?
All right, I'll keep picking a minute.
All right, let's go back to the field, please, Kylie, as it's 1st and 10 for the Gophers from their 21-yard line. Here's the snap and the handoff over left tackle. Short pickup of about 2 for A.J. Robinson, the running back for the Gophers, and it'll be 2nd down and 8. Brad, we got to get you back on here, okay? Okay, 2nd down and 8. We'll get back to our picks when we have a little bit longer time between. 2nd down and 8. Jaden Powell, the quarterback, in shotgun. He will call the signals. He will take the snap. He drops back, being pressured, slings this one down the left sideline. Incomplete, but the Pats will be called for interference. Let's take a look at this.
That's a tough call. Watch this replay right here. I mean, there was a little bit of contact, but I didn't think it was near egregious enough for that flag, which came across the field.
Well, there were 2 flags that were thrown, actually. Yeah, he had his arm just a little bit. The ref from the center of the field threw the flag, and another one came in as well. Well, it is pass interference against the Pats, which will give the Gophers a 1st down after they mark it off down to the 38-yard line. This is a big series for the Hillcrest defense now. The snap and the keeper by Powell around right in. Short gain inside or over the 40 to the 41-yard line. They'll give him about 4 on that one. It'll be 2nd down and 6 for the Gophers.
Yeah, Brent, after that power outage, we're having a little trouble getting the scoreboard up, so we will be working on that, but it's 11 minutes left in this quarter.
Oh, me do it? Okay.
Yeah. All right, we'll try to see if we can get that back up and running. If you go to... All right, here we go. Powell calling the signals. Taking the snap, dropping back, being pressured, slings it over to his running back to the right side, and he has to just run out of bounds for a big loss of about 6 on the play, which will bring up 3rd down and about 11 for the Gophers.
Yeah, I don't think that was an intended play at all. I think that running back was there actually trying to block. Great penetration by the Hillcrest D-line. Huey Town quarterback saw he had an eligible receiver, dumped it off, and honestly very thankful for Hillcrest that he caught the ball, allowed us to gain a couple yards, brings up a big 3rd and 12.
We'll call it, yes, 3rd and 12, I was about to say. Powell in shotgun looks over to his sideline for a play change. He's flanked by his running back, Robinson. The snap, Powell drops straight back, rolls to his left, looks downfield. He'll keep this one, and he'll be tackled by Jamichael Watson at about the 37-yard line. So only a pickup of about a yard on the scramble. It's 4th and 11.
Yeah, J. Mike may have made that tackle, but it was Miles Madden right there. He did not bite on the pump fake, and he knew if he was kind of the last line right there. If he goes for the pump fake, quarterback kind of runs by him and probably picks up the 1st down. So great job by Miles.
So the punt
got it.
It is blocked and downed at about the 44-yard line by the Gophers. Who got that?
That was number 1. That was Alabama.
That was
Zay Hall right
Zay
there.
coming in from the left side, gets his hand on this one. So the Pats defense coming through. We were worried so much about the Gophers getting the ball first and extending the lead to start out the second half, but the defense comes up big, holds them.
Watch the replay. He's untouched right here, Brent. Nobody gets big number 1 off the side there, literally.
Not a good choice.
Nope. And honestly, Zay did a good job there. Even if he had somehow missed the ball, they were taught to go at an angle, so he would not have roughed the kicker. Textbook by number 1, Zay Hall.
So the Pats offense in good shape at the Gophers' 44-yard line. Jordan swings this one to Cookie out here on the right side, but he's got a very short gain on this one. It'll pick up about 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7. But that's the kind of thing that we're hoping to see.
That's what we were talking about the first half, Brent. Just a quick pass out there. Really just a first read. Good job. And don't get me wrong, 3 yards isn't a lot, but it's a heck of a lot better than 2nd and 12, 2nd and 11. A lot of the situations we saw in the first half.
2nd and 7 from the 42. Jordan takes the snap, hands it off to DeJuan Johnson, but DeJuan is knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose about a yard. It'll be 3rd down and 9 for the Pats.
That run, unfortunately, we haven't had a ton of success today. That's why I like that quick pass right there. It'll be interesting to see whether or not, I would think we're pretty close to 4-down territory here.
We got to pick up some yards.
Correct. That's what I was about to say. But I would not be surprised if the play call did not try to get the whole 9. Of course, you want it, but try to get something underneath for 4 or 5 to at least make it an option.
Agreed. Jordan in shotgun. Jacoby goes in motion. Swing pass out here to Jacoby, and Jacoby looks to make a move. He does, but he only gets back to maybe close to the line of scrimmage, and it'll be 4th and 9. And right here, I think you got a kick.
Yeah, I do too. And running backs coach Ted Sweeney there, obviously we can't hear what he's saying, but he's motioning to Jacoby. He's pointing up the field, up the field. So I think he knew Jacoby cut that inside. If he goes outside, he probably picks up 4 instead of 1, and I have a feeling we would have went for it on 4th and 4. Instead, we have to punt on 4th and 9.
Gunnar Webb back to kick for the Pats. He stands at his own 43-yard line. He takes the snap. The kick is away, and the kick will be fielded at the 11 on the fair catch. So Huey Town will start deep in their own territory at the 11.
Gunnar's not exactly killed the ball, but he's been very effective after that first punt right there. Little surprised the return man for Huey Town did not let that go. It looked like it had a little overspin on it. Still, good field position for the Pats, bad field position for the Gophers.
Kind of like Brent with women, you know? It's like he may not look the part, but he does pretty well.
Well, we'll say woman for the past 20 years.
I just meant your history, because you always outkick your coverage. You know what?
All right. All right. Here's the snap to Powell. Powell hands it off to Robinson, who will be brought down right after a very short gain of about a yard or so. It'll be 2nd down and 9 from the 23.
Well, there's Miles Madden again, a name we did not call a ton in the first half, but definitely been a standout on the defensive side of the ball for the Patriots this year.
It's funny you said that. I didn't even thought about it. Did he even play in the first half? Now I think about it.
Yeah, he made a couple of plays, yeah. Have y'all guys noticed Robinson's helmet, how it looks? It has like gold paint.
Yep.
It's underneath. Different from the others. Powell swings this one out to the right side to Robinson. Robinson takes a hit from Kemarcus Silvers at about the 18-yard line, so a pickup of about 6, and it'll be 3rd down and 4 for those.
Brent and Brad, do we not just look a little bit more confident on defense?
Yes, a lot faster.
Yeah,
I feel like
we're more decisive.
Yes, and we're also like aggressively attacking the ball.
So I realize we're only halfway through the quarter, but at the same time, there's just a kind of a different feeling about the D.
I also feel like there's extra emphasis on this particular play because of the momentum of the game.
Jaden Powell takes it, drops back, swings this one over to the right side, and incomplete.
Kylie, if you can go to that replay real quick, we faked the blitz. We had 6 on the line. We dropped 3 of those into coverage, only blitzed 3, and I think we kind of baited him into that throw. Even if he catches it, he does not get the first down.
Yeah, nice
7, boom, right there. Yep, drop those into coverage. Good job by the outside linebacker making that play.
Great call, P.
Which brings up 4th down and 5 for the Gophers, and
Punter's
they will
not had a good
punt
night.
away.
Even the ones he's gotten off, or the one he got off, was not good.
He stands at his 5, gets this one away. It's a line drive.
Oh,
Jalen
Cookie, get on it.
fumbles it, and is Huey Town on it? Yes, I believe Huey Town has recovered it at the 34-yard line of Hillcrest. Punt return team has been disastrous for Hillcrest tonight.
Yep. Once again, line drive punt right there. That gets over Jalen's head right there. It rolls for another 15, 20 yards. Obviously, now we would take it. Cooking trying to make a play right there. Once it did get away from him, he just couldn't find it in time. And, another break for the Golden Gophers.
6:23 remaining in the third quarter. Huey Town up 20-14. And on the big break on the muffed punt, they take over now at the Hillcrest 35-yard line. Defense needs to come up big once again. Jaden Powell, the quarterback, calling the signals. Takes the snap, drops back, being pressured. He breaks through the line to the 25-yard line where he slides down. Looks like he's right at the sticks, and it'll be very close to a first down.
Yeah, generous spot right there. It's supposed to start. The spot's supposed to be at the very initial point of the slide to protect the quarterback. I thought they gave him a couple extra still. Good job by that quarterback reading the defense and picking up 10.
And really good job of eluding the pressure because it looked like Hillcrest was all around him.
Yeah, he found a little seam in it and just took off. Here's the snap. He's being pressured again. He gets this one away.
Throw the flag!
And it is incomplete. Throw a flag for what? I didn't see what.
They got a chicken wing a little bit out there, a little push off there, and I think
a full-on extension. And then you can see, I think that's Colin Northrup. He's asking for it also. I mean, a full-on push by number 4.
Well, the good news is it fell incomplete, so it's 2nd down and 10 as the Gophers went for the deep pass down the left sideline.
I would have liked to have had 2nd down and 20.
Yeah.
Or 1st down and 20.
Yeah. Powell calling the signals. Robinson flanks him to the right. Robinson takes the handoff.
Ooh, nice.
Good job by Marcus Silvers coming up to make this tackle about a yard behind the line of scrimmage, and it'll be 3rd down and 11.
Just a quick shout out to our guy Marcus. I realized Marvin was the interception recipient, but Marcus has had himself a night.
Yeah, well, I think we've called his names quite a bit, Brad, and it's not always been him making the play.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just been him setting somebody up to make the play. Those often go unnoticed. It's almost like a second hockey assist there where you may not get a lot of credit for it, but it's still very important.
Sure is. Still worth a point. In hockey.
In hockey, right.
Robinson goes in motion. Powell takes the snap, swings it out to Robinson. There's a double pass.
He dropped it.
And it is incomplete.
I agree, Brad. That looked like it was
Look at the replay here at C.
Look at where did it?
So he throws it from behind. It's pretty good. I thought initially it looked like 2 forward passes, but
since it's incomplete, I'll go ahead and say that's a good call.
With replay assist, I'm able to see that actually it was behind the 30 the entire time. So
okay, so on 4th down and 11, we have a timeout on the field. We'll take a break. Your score: Huey Town 20, Hillcrest 14. Back after this on the Hillcrest Football Broadcast Network.
Your experience evolved since then?
Yeah, so I came for college, and my dad and I came down, and Alabama Credit Union was convenient to campus. Being young, first time opening a bank account, and looking for some relationship. And so that's where I started, and then over the years I have gotten married, had a family, and so it's just been with me every step of the way and in relationship with me.
All right, we are back. 4:59 remaining in the third quarter. It's 4th down and 11 for the Golden Gophers at the Hillcrest 26-yard line, and the offense is on the field. That timeout was an injury timeout. Neither team charged with a timeout, but Huey Town is going to go for it here on 4th down. Powell takes the snap, drops back, being pressured by Jeremiah Beverly. He momentarily escapes, throws it down the field and into the end zone for the touchdown. Wow, what a great play by Jaden Powell, breaking out of the grass.
What the replay if you can?
Yeah, it's coming.
What's the score?
Where's the hold?
So close to the sack by Jeremiah Beverly, but Jaden Powell keeping his eyes downfield and finding his receiver wide open in the end zone.
Jamie's beside himself. Unsportsmanlike against Huey Town.
Well, you finally got that call. Probably.
Man, he's dying about the hold.
I'll take the hold and wipe out the unsportsmanlike.
So,
we need to get out of the hole.
26-14 now after the touchdown, 4:48 remaining.
We'll see if Huey Town. Looks like the Huey Town offense may still be on the field, trying to get that
for two.
Yeah, trying to get that missed extra point back with a botched snap on the extra point.
Right. So the Dr. Brandy Patterson 2-point attempt coming your way. Here's the snap to Powell, the handoff, the double reverse is fumbled. The Pats pick it up.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, Miles Madden picks it up, but you can't advance that. So the good news is, though they stopped him from the 2 points, it stays at 26-14, which is a 2-score game, but 2 touchdowns gives you the lead.
And
if you get the extra point.
Correct. And you know, the third quarter is already halfway finished, and you know, Hillcrest, we can't make a ton more mistakes, whether it be a missed tackle right there or on what looked like could be a big sack, or whether it be just not cutting it upfield on 3rd and 10.
Or how about muffing a punt?
Muffing a punt.
Twice tonight.
You're exactly right. So I think we've kind of hit our allotted number of mistakes, miscues, whatever you want to call them, and still give ourselves a realistic opportunity to win.
All right, so the Tiger Rock kickoff. Still a lot of time left in this game. But the offense has got to continue to show the life that they've shown the past couple of possessions.
Well, the thing is, too, this quarter, who feels like the Hillcrest has dominated this quarter?
I do.
Really nothing to show for.
I mean, you know, we were dominating field position at the very least. You know, had a pretty good offensive possession, and then the miscue on the punt. Huey Town converts on a. Was that a 4th down, Brent?
That was 4th down.
No sack?
Yep.
Man. Goodness gracious. Well, I tell you what, it seems like very little has gone the way of the Hillcrest Patriots tonight. I feel like we're still fighting and trying to make our own way, but
this kickoff comes from the 25. It's fielded at the Hillcrest 25, up to the 30, the 35, the 40, 45, 50, and down the sidelines goes Jalen Cook. He cuts it upfield, and he will be brought down at the Huey Town 25-yard line. Great return there by Jalen Cook, bringing the Hillcrest offense to life now at the Huey Town 25.
Yeah, nobody's happier than Cookie on that. You know, he botched the punt right there. Good job by number 13. You know, great job cutting it back late. I thought when he cut it back, he had the chance to house it, but you can see him pumped up on it. Now we just have to convert on this and get 6 out of it.
That's a huge opportunity right there that Cook has provided the Patriots after the muffed punt, like you said, the last time he touched the ball on a kick. All right, so 1st and 10 for the Pats at the 25-yard line. Jordan Chambly under center. He takes the snap, the toss to DeJuan Johnson, and DeJuan is met in the backfield. He'll lose a couple back to the 27-yard line. You're right, guys, the run game has just been totally put to rest tonight.
Brad, you touched it on in the first half. This D-line of, led by number 9, golly, they've been an impressive unit for Huey Town this evening.
Well, see, and the thing is, that looked like Telly Simmons from his linebacker position, and the problem for Hillcrest right now is their 3 defensive linemen are basically soaking up all the 5 offensive linemen, and those linebackers are able to go head hunting. And so it's just difficult to get anything going when that's the case.
Chambly takes it, runs straight up the middle. Chambly fighting for yardage, gets close to the 20, down to about the 21. So a nice pickup of about 5 for Jordan Chambly, making it third down and 6 from the 21.
One thing that I think that you can do, now the only thing is with their linebacker play, if you could run some sort of slants to keep those linebackers honest, maybe something that keeps the linebackers off the line of scrimmage. Problem is, we don't
have time to get the slant off.
Their 3 down linemen have done such a good job clogging everything up. Credit to them.
All right, big play for the Hillcrest offense right here, needing about 6-7 yards. It's the toss on the option play to Jacoby. Jacoby has the first down and a little bit more down to the 12-yard line where he's pushed out of bounds. Stephen Fikes all-state first down and a huge play for the Hillcrest offense.
Well, I've only got outside.
That's what I was about to say. Last time Coach Huey was a little critical. He was not decisive. Yeah. He made it that decisive cut outside there, like you said, was able to get the first down.
Centel Home Design Red Zone has not been a familiar place for the Hillcrest offense tonight, but they're there now. Jordan is under center. Here's the belly G to Jacoby. He moves it forward for a couple of yards down to the 10, and it will be second down and about 7 from the 10.
Obviously, plenty of time. 2:45 to play in the third. Of course, Huey Town leads 26-14 for, and that's for you,
Jan Armour.
Jan Armour, thank you. I was trying to remember who said that.
That's okay.
Jordan takes the snap, hands it off to Jacoby, and Jacoby is hit in the backfield once again. The penetration by this defensive line and linebackers, y'all, has just been ridiculous here tonight. That knocks him back 3 yards to the original line of scrimmage, making it third down and 10. Line of scrimmage is the 13, and the Pats need to get to the 3.
One thing that I think could potentially come in the fourth quarter is a little bootleg play off the play action, because they are hitting that running back hard.
Another big play for the offense. Play action. Jordan scrambles out to his left.
He's got it.
Jordan
Get
at
in there,
the
kid.
5 and in the end zone.
Put him up.
Touchdown Patriots on the scramble by Jordan Chambly, cutting the score to 26-20.
Yes, we needed that. And look, at some point, you could tell that whole left side of the field was open. Every route that Hillcrest ran was going towards the field, and Jordan had the boundary to his left and was able to score. Well done.
I wonder if that was actually a called play.
I don't think it was at all.
I think that was just Jordan being able to see an opening there and get to the backside for the touchdown.
Okay, the Dr. Brandy Patterson of Brookwood Women's Health Center. We don't have a holder on the field. He's coming out now. The play clock down to 10. Gunnar Webb is out there now to make the hold. They get the snap away. The kick is up, and the kick is good, making it 26-21. The Pats offense, kick return team and offense answers to make it a one-score game again here with 1:51 remaining. Guys, that personal foul on the touchdown for the taunting was huge because Huey Town had to kick it from their 25. Jalen Cook caught it on our 25 and returned it all the way to, their 25, and then we scored from there a few plays later.
To make it 25. No, that's okay. That's okay. Yeah. But we now trail by 5. So there's your 20 and 5. Okay, real quick. I'll take, golly, I really don't know. I got Penn State minus 3.5, right?
No. Oh, yeah, there? Not yet. Okay.
Oh, my bad.
We'll do it at the end of the quarter. How about that?
I was going to do the one.
We'll take care of it at the end of the quarter. We've got a minute 51
you
here.
just jinxed it for yourself, buddy. Thanks for the wins.
All right, here we go with the Tiger Rock kickoff. Total letter, a high short one again, fielded at the 24 and bound right there, so Huey Town will start there first and 10.
Mm-hmm.
We can do one as they change on the kickoff.
No, I just was going to finish up that one particular game because you guys had already picked Oregon, Oregon, Penn State.
Pull it up there.
So we got Penn State in Happy Valley.
That's right.
a 3.5-point favorite. Now, this one's a really intriguing one for me because I just don't know. I really don't know which team's better. Penn State hasn't played anybody, and Oregon has beaten the mess out of some teams that they probably shouldn't have any business losing to. I don't know. For some reason, I just feel like James Franklin and the Fighting Nittany Lions get it done.
Back to the field.
Penn State.
Back to the field. 1st and 10 for the Gophers. Powell takes it, hands it off to Robinson. He bounces around looking for some room, but he is brought down at the 25 after a short gain. Good run, but also a good tackle. He could have sprung it for much more if he had not been brought down there.
I thought that was a fantastic tackle.
Yeah, Jermichael Watson, I agree. I thought he had a first down without Jermichael grabbing the foot late.
2nd down and 8 for the Gophers.
Nope.
Hillcrest almost bites at the hard count, but they do not cross the line of scrimmage. Powell and company come up to the line of scrimmage. Trips receivers here to the left side, one to the right. Powell back to pass, throws it to the right, and it is
it's incomplete.
Caught? No, incomplete.
That was really
out
good
of
throw,
bounds.
Yeah, that timing route, Brad. The ball left the quarterback's hands 2 to 3 steps before the route was actually ended. Honestly, I thought the ball should have been caught.
I thought he did a really good job kind of with the back shoulder throw. Probably was a little lower than he would like it, but pretty good effort by the receiver and almost came up with it.
Brings up another big 3rd down defensive opportunity for the Pats on 3rd and 7. Powell back to pass, swings this one to Robinson here, and Zay Hall makes the tackle at about the 30-yard line as he hits Robinson hard, and he's having a hard time getting up.
Looks like woozy.
Short of the 1st down. It'll be 4th down and about 2 from the 32. And with the lead, you would think, and yes, here comes the punting unit.
Yeah. After Zay put him in the gopher hole, we got a punt.
We need our D to kind of make sure that ball gets away, though, because that punter, well, I'm not going to say that again. Last time I said it, we saw what happened. But on 4th and 2, we do need to make sure there is no late fake.
We just need to field the punt.
It's illegal formation if they're going to do it. Okay, they had to take a timeout because they had everything messed up right there on that one.
Okay, that's
discombobulated.
Pretty big. Hey, with this timeout, you want to finish these picks here?
Sure do.
All right, let's pull them up there, Kylie. What else we got? So we're on the Tennessee Vols taking on the Mississippi State Bulldogs. And I imagine you're kind of torn on this one, Brad.
I'm not torn. I'm torn like a new sweater instead of an old one.
What about your daughter and her allegiance to Mississippi State?
First of all, I really like my kid, and she likes Mississippi State, but she generally leaves the games at halftime.
No.
Look,
she's going to be leaving this one at halftime because Mississippi State's going to be up so big.
Well, they might be.
Let's make picks. They're coming back here.
Okay, I'm taking the Vols.
Of course you are. 9.5. Yeah, what do you
I think, you know what, I'm not sold on State either. I'm also taking Tennessee minus the 9.5.
Okay, I'll go with Tennessee as well. Let's go back to the field, Kyler.
That was anticlimactic.
The punt is away, a line drive kick, fielded bobbled by Gunnar Webb, and recovered by the Gophers again. No, Hillcrest has it.
Wow.
He says that Hillcrest has it. Let's get the replay on that, Kyler, quickly, please. Let's see if we can catch it in
Jacoby,
time.
I think Jacoby came up with that.
Okay, no, I think that Gunnar was able to get back on top of it.
You might be right. Yep. Thank goodness. Good job, Gunnar.
Goodness gracious, the punt return game is an adventure tonight.
Goat to hero.
Wow.
Man.
It's kind of the first break to go our way tonight, it feels like. Hopefully the guys
can you really call that a break? That was almost a disaster, right? All right, so Jordan takes it and hands it off on the end around. Not much room there for Omari Taylor.
I think that was Jacoby, wasn't it?
Was it? No?
Either way, no matter who it was, he only picked up 2, but he was decisive in where he went with the ball.
It was Omari, number 20.
No, it was number 5. I'm watching the replay. It was number 5. It was Jacoby.
Okay.
He came on that jet sweep.
Okay,
Yep.
all right, gotcha. Pickup of 2, as you said, 2nd down and 8. Jordan Shambly looks to the sidelines for the play change. Gets under center. Takes the snap. The toss to Jacoby. Jacoby cuts it upfield, actually with a little room this time. Nice run.
Get there, Jacoby. One more.
Jacoby Down inside Gopher territory to the 41-yard line. First big run of the night for Jacoby Harris, showing his ability breaking tackles and moving it down for a Stephen Fikes All-State first down and more for the Pats as they are in business in Gopher territory at their 41-yard line. The snap and whistles, and I think this is going to be a false start against Hillcrest.
What? Goodness gracious.
Yep, false start. Take it back 5. It'll be first
terrible. I
down
start to
and
question
15.
everything. Like, come on, I didn't see that.
I would.
Oh man. I guess it doesn't matter.
Clock winding now, under 30 seconds in this third period. 26-21 Hillcrest.
No, Huey Town.
Hueytown.
I wish.
The snap, Jordan play action, being pressured. He escapes to his right. He looks downfield, and this one is caught at the 35.
There we
nice
go.
move. And down to the 26-yard line goes Trent Curley on the reception.
Trent! Friend of years, friend of tears.
After Trent makes that catch, he makes a great move to the inside to pick up some extra yardage, and the Patriots are up to the line of scrimmage quickly, but whistles blow now. What's going on? End of the quarter. Oh, okay. Hillcrest trying to buy another play, but at the end of the quarter, 26-21, Hueytown in favor, but the Pats on the move in Hueytown territory. We'll take a break. We're back after this on the Hillcrest Football Broadcast Network. All right, back here at the Gopher Hole, things are looking a little bit better for the Patriots now as we head into the fourth quarter, trailing Hueytown 26-21, and with the ball in Hueytown territory, they are at the 35-yard line, 1st and 10 after the big reception by Trent Curley. Actually, not the 35-yard line, the 27-yard line of the Hueytown Golden Gophers, 1st and 10 for the Pats.
Well, as of 50 minutes ago, Columbia was leading East Lawrence.
16-6?
I had 18-14.
Cool. Columbia's lost 95 straight. The last game they won was in 1995. It's the longest losing streak in America.
Wow.
So I get it. You know, that it doesn't matter at all, but it does draw national attention.
Fourth quarter. Yeah, it changes. Yeah, we're going that way now. Yeah.
I'm just saying, change fourth quarter on the scoreboard.
You got it.
There we go. All right, Jordan Chambly under center now. Pat's at the 27. The belly G to Jacoby. Jacoby fighting for yardage down to about the 26. Only a pickup of a yard on the belly G. It'll be second down.
Oh, that late flag.
Well, Jacoby doesn't have his helmet on.
I would think that's on them, although these tend to offset, especially when we're on the road.
Yeah, let's see. It does look like
unsportsmanlike.
Talking to RO line, which
and Donovan Moores looks like he's upset with the call.
15 yards would really hurt right here.
Is he committed anywhere, Brad? Who? The big defensive lineman?
Auburn is at 99%. I don't know if he's officially committed to them or not.
He's got his hands out in a what did I do type gesture. Let's see. Unsportsmanlike conduct against both teams, so it's going to offset.
Wow, one kid ends up with his helmet off, and it's ours.
And one kid has to exit the game, and that's our star sophomore.
What do you know? Well, that's the way it goes.
The officials mark it down in their books now. One more from either one of those guys, and they're out of the game.
Well, I think he should have to sit out of play, too.
Yeah, no doubt.
We could use him on the sidelines, couldn't we?
Sure could. So it's 2nd and 8-ish 11:50 to go in the final stanza.
Stanza.
Got that from you there, Brent.
Did I say it like that, though? Stanza.
I don't know. Depends on if we win, we're going to say whatever we want.
George Costanza. Seinfeld fans out there?
Oh, I love that show. The Jerks were called.
What do we think the holdup is here?
I don't know. This can't be that hard to officiate. They didn't move the ball.
Maybe they're telling Seinfeld jokes on the field.
The flags get the ball. That is in the end zone. The referee still called. What are their flags?
Here's the snap. Jordan keeps it around right end. He is brought down after about a yard gain. And guess who brought him down? Big number
I'm going to
9.
guess that big number 9 right there.
Donovan Moore, as we have discussed, one of the top prospects in the state of Alabama. He's not. Did you say he was committed to anywhere?
No, but the site I'm looking at, it has a lot of predictions. Auburn's at 99%, but he's class of 27, so there's a lot of time to go.
Right. 3rd down and 9 for the Pats. Jordan takes it straight up the gut. Jordan's got some room. He fights for yardage down to the 17-yard line. That's enough for a Stephen Fikes All-State first down for the Pats.
Do we think they're coming around the edges and they're leaving the middle wide open? And then that's been the second quarterback draw of this half right here. I think either Guy, Mitchell, somebody about offensive staff may have seen something.
Well, it's certainly a way to combat the edge rush. If they're going to, do a good job with in contain, then hit them up the gut, especially with only a 3-man rush.
That Belly G maybe just wasn't quite quick enough, so getting Jordan the ball and going immediately worked on that 3rd and long.
Centel Home Design red zone and a keeper for Jordan.
That's tough.
Over right end. And he'll be stopped before he gets to the line of scrimmage. It was the option play, right? He chose to keep it up, and he loses 2.
Well, Huey Town, look, the way they're defending this is they have 3 down linemen. We've mentioned that several times, but they're walking up a cornerback / maybe a star kind of player, outside backer. And then he kind of makes a decision whether or not he's going to be on the line of scrimmage and try to, rush the quarterback or contain the edge, or drop into coverage. And it's 24 on the far side of the field that seems to be causing some issues for us.
New line of scrimmage is the 18. Jordan takes it. He pitches this time to Jacoby. Jacoby moves it upfield for a nice little gain to about the 12-yard line. And that'll bring up a big 3rd down and about 6 now for the Pats.
Look, the way the defense has played since, basically since the first quarter, a field goal isn't the end of the world here. I realize it doesn't put you in the lead, and you think, well, you got to have a touchdown. But guys, we have all 3 Tidwell Payton body timeouts remaining.
Right.
Also, 9:49 to play. That's a lot of time in a high school football game.
I prefer a first down here, though, if you don't mind.
I do too, and I prefer a touchdown. Good call.
Jordan takes it. Here's a handoff to Jacoby. Jacoby makes a cut. He's down to the 6-yard line. And is he there?
Really close.
He's marked, I think, just a hair short, guys.
Let's look and see what the official is saying. 4th down. It's on the far side. But it's a really, really short play. I mean, I'm talking about a foot, maybe less than a foot.
I don't even think, Coach Mitchell, this is not a decision right now. They're going to go for it.
Huge play in this game for the Pats. 4th down, and we'll call it 1 at the 6-yard line, trailing by 5 points, 26-21 here in the 4th quarter with 9:11 remaining in this game. Here's the snap. The handoff on the belly G.
He didn't get it.
And is he short? I don't know.
What is the
handoff to Jacoby, and he's so close. I don't know. We may have to have a measurement, guys.
I think he lost yardage, guys.
I think he lost yardage? Yeah. Oh, my goodness.
Wow. I don't think they're going to be able to say without a measurement, although they're saying it.
They're calling it, yeah.
They're measuring.
They are going to measure it.
I mean, it looks a full, but
it's really close. Wow, I will say, I agree with Brian. I'll be shocked if we got this. I felt like he lost it.
The ball is resting on the hash at the 6, and the yard marker looks like it's at the 6 too, guys. I don't know. See where the ball is on the 6?
Well, I mean,
it's firmly on the 6.
The chains have certainly had a chance to adjust.
The chains are on the 6 as well.
They moved the chains, though. Yeah, Lee, as long as the clip hasn't been moved, we're good. But they can't
Yeah, but it does look short now that we look at the chains. And
Well, yeah, the official's about to say to the other official, we've already moved the clip, and the other guy's going to be like, what? You can't do that.
I think that's redo.
I'm telling you, you can't do that. What did that guy just say?
Yeah.
I think what they're going to do, they say, well, we made the call, so we're going to give it to Huey Town. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Wow. Okay. Still not the end of the world, though, guys. Tough to miss an opportunity like that. But with 9 minutes and 4 seconds remaining, trailing by 5, the way the defense is playing, with them backed up at their 6-yard line, the defense gets a 3 and out, and the offense has it back with another opportunity.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the reasons Coach Mitchell went for it right there. We've had some success defensively after that rough first quarter, and now we're asking them to kind of save us again and give the offense another opportunity.
Powell takes it, pitches it out to Robinson, and what a great job by DJ Jones coming up and making the tackle in the backfield at the 2-yard line.
Yeah, good job by him shedding a block right there, making sure that he was able to hold him. Loss of 3 right there.
They'll mark him at the 3. It'll be 2nd down and about 13 as Powell is in the end zone awaiting this snap in the shotgun formation. Powell takes it, swings it out here to the left side, and nice tackle at about the 11 for the Pats as Joe Davidson comes up to make that one. The pickup of about 6, but it's going to be, well, no, they'll give him about 9. Actually, it's going to be 3rd down and 5, so a huge play for the defense coming up here.
Yeah, this feels like a huge play, especially with that drive that ended up with 0 points. But what a great drive by Hillcrest, just not able to get that first down when we needed it.
And we see Huey Town trying to use as much of the clock as they can up in the 4th quarter.
Powell takes it, swings it out here to the left side, and it's dropped. Pick it up. It may have been a backwards pass. It's an incomplete pass, and that'll bring up 4th down and 5. The defense holds and gets the ball back for the offense. That is if we can field the punt.
Yeah, right. And honestly, I think that running back who's had an excellent game probably heard footsteps from the Alabama commit #1 Zay Hall right there. Zay's laid the wood several times and hopefully paying dividends in this final quarter.
Jacoby Harris is back deep for the punt, along with Gunnar Webb.
We haven't had a great punt tonight by the Huey Town punt team, and this is not their typical punter, by the way.
Here's the snap, and the kick is away. It bounces, and Jacoby fields this one cleanly at the 49. He runs it up the sideline, the 40, the 35, and he's pushed out of bounds at the 32, so the offense gets it back in great shape after that defensive stand. 7:30 remaining in the ballgame. The Pats trail 26-21.
Definitely have some good cheerleaders on our side of the field.
Yeah, we do.
Darius Thomas and
Nathan McDonald down there holding down the fort. Good job by our fantastic camera crew.
Our camera crew is top notch. Best high school camera crew there is in all the land.
All right, so here we go. Let's see what the offense can do with it now. Jordan under center. Takes it. Hands it off to Jacoby over left guard. Jacoby fights his way forward for about 4 down to the 30. 2nd down and 6.
You know, early on, guys, that play was getting, and I realize we have not even had a ton of success with it this half, but it seems like we've gone from losing a yard, gaining a yard, no gain, to picking up 2 or 3 there. And I know that doesn't seem like a big deal, but 2nd and 10 is a lot different than 2nd and 6 or 7.
You think it's just wear and tear over the night?
I do. I think that's exactly what it is.
The snap, the toss to Jacoby. Jacoby cuts it upfield, fights for yardage, still on his feet. Moves it down to the 25-yard line. Nice pickup of about 4, bringing up 3rd down and about 3.
Look, just a quick observation. It doesn't look like there are nearly as many purple players as there are boys in the white and blue. And the only reason I say that is because of depth. Maybe over the night, you know, the Huey Town defense has played they've played fantastic.
Extremely well.
But that depth could be an issue. Just the number of reps that they're having to see.
Yeah.
And then let's hope that pays dividends for us.
Big 3rd down play here for the Pats. Jordan will keep it around right in, fighting for yardage, stretching his way to, I believe, a Stephen Fikes All-State first down.
Yeah, he got it, Brad.
At the 24.
Yeah, good job by Jordan. Yeah, making sure kind of battled that initial contact, was able to fall forward. I didn't think it was that close. Yeah, they're moving the chains.
Yeah, I agree. I didn't think it was that close either. It was about a half yard beyond the sticks.
The new first down line of scrimmage is the 23-yard line of Hueytown. 6 minutes and counting remaining in this game. The Pats trailing 26-21.
Guys, this has been a heck of a ball.
Yeah, it has. And it's been a great fight. We've not played well, but a great job staying in it as the play clock ticks under 3.
Okay, and the Pats will get it off. Yes, they do. Jordan fakes the handoff, keeps it around right in, cuts upfield, gets it down to the 15-yard line. Great fake by Jordan, and a nice pickup of 8 on the carry, and it'll be second down. Well, they'll give him 7, second down and 3.
Yeah, Brad, you did not call that exactly, but in the first half, you suggested it'd be more of a bootleg play there. Not a straight-up bootleg, but Jordan pulled the ball, went around that right end, able to pick up a big 7 yards on first down.
I just felt like Hueytown all night with those foot 4 guys have really collapsed on the ball so well that I love that kind of bootleg action.
Jordan takes it, hands it off to Jacoby up the middle. Jacoby fighting for yards, very close to those sticks. I think he's there at about the 13-yard line. Should be enough for a Stephen Fikes All-State first down as the Pats are in the Centel Home Design red zone.
The funny thing is, the far side line judge, I'm telling you, they give him the first down. The far side line judge, his right foot has a magnet for the stick because it seems like every time the ball is going there, he's marked it right on the line of scrimmage, or right on that line to gain, rather. And, isn't that odd how he's done that so many times?
Absolutely. The Pats can get a first down at the 3-yard line. Jordan wobbles it, fumbles it, but he's able to fall on it, thank goodness, right at the line of scrimmage. And that'll bring up second down and 10.
And it's a shame because we've been not picking up huge gains on first down, but picking up 3 to 5 yards. This seems like more like a first half possession when it was 2nd and 11 instead of 2nd and 5.
Yeah, they'll mark him for a yard loss on that one, second down and 11. Back to the 14-yard line. They need to get to the 3 for the first down. Here comes Jacoby in motion. Jacoby takes it, a double pitch. Gunnar Webb is going to throw it back to Jordan, and Jordan is able to, not able to bring it in. Good call, but the pass just wasn't quite enough, didn't quite enough have enough zip on it.
Felt a little slow developing too, Brent. It didn't feel like it had it's quite was not quite synchronized as well as Coach Mitchell was hoping.
Also credit Hueytown. I thought they did a pretty good job defending it. They didn't really fall for the fake. They had coverage on Chambly on the far side of the field. The Gophers did a pretty good job defending that one.
I think it was the old Philly special that Philly ran on the extra point a few years back in the Super Bowl.
The Gophers defended their hole there.
All right, makes it third down and 11. Jordan calling the signals, dropping back, being pressured, escapes momentarily, slings this one to the end zone, and incomplete.
Nope. Dang. Good job by Jordan keeping his head up right there, trying to find a wide receiver. I did think he could run. I don't know if he could have run for the first down. Interesting to see right now with under 4 minutes, field goal team is coming on for the Hillcrest Patriots with those 3 Tidwell Payton body timeouts.
Yeah, defense has been playing well. You do have all 3 timeouts.
And also, you kick the field goal here, you make it a 2-point game. If you get a chance for another field goal at the end, you can win it with a field goal.
Right, let's get Matt there.
Thank you. 31-yard attempt coming from Elijah Miller. The snap, the placement, the kick is up, and the kick is very true. Thanks to Dr. Brandy Patterson for sponsoring that good field goal by Elijah Miller, which cuts it to 26-24 with 3:49 remaining in this ball game. Defense playing well, guys. They got to continue. They got to hold here, get the ball back for the offense.
I hate to cut us off, but what's the 5th game that we haven't picked yet? We have one more game.
Oh, go back to the college picks, he's saying. Because I know the audience is on edge wondering.
No, I know. I just wanted to.
Actually, I got the number wrong on that one. LSU is a 1.5 underdog.
So it's LSU plus 1.5.
Yes, LSU plus 1.5 at Ole Miss.
Okay.
All right.
LSU plus 1.5?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going with LSU.
I will go first, and I will go Ole Miss.
Yeah, I'm not sold on LSU. They beat a subpar Clemson team, and everybody counting them in for the national championship. I'm taking the Rebels.
Okay.
So LSU, Rebels.
Yep, I got Ole Miss as well.
No, I got LSU and you two Rebels. Yeah, let's go back to the field there, Kylie, for the Tiger Rock kickoff. .349 remaining in this one. Hillcrest just cut it to 2. Total leather. Elijah Miller puts this one deep and in the corner, fielded at the 5-yard line. The Hillcrest coverage team converges and brings them down at the 14-yard line. Beautiful play there by the Hillcrest special teams.
A little bit of confusion there, I thought, by Huey Town. It looks like, I'm not quite sure where that return was set up, but he got to the 10-yard line, and it looks like he didn't know where to go and kind of froze, and by then it was too late because the Hillcrest coverage team was on him.
So opportunity now for the Hillcrest defense. And Brad, I think you may be onto something with this depth situation, because you look at the Huey Town sideline, and not only are there a lot fewer players, there are very small players over here on this sideline that are not on the field.
Except for that number 66.
Yeah, 66 is not small. Man, 66 is definitely not small.
Huey Town has definitely not played small tonight. Here's a swing pass out to the right side. Good job converging there by the Hillcrest defense. Marvin Johnson and Joe Davidson bring the receiver down at the 20. Pickup of about 5. It'll be 2nd down and 5.
Huey Town must not think that they can run it straight up at us. I thought that was an interesting play call. They want the clock to run, and they're extending the line of scrimmage by throwing it out wide.
They're just trying to pick up a first down. They haven't gotten one in quite a while.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if they do it again here.
And I wouldn't be surprised if they try to draw us off sides again. There's still 18 remaining on the play clock, and you know Coach Patterson, Huey Town's Coach Patterson, well,
here's the handoff to Robinson, and he's tackled in the backfield.
Oh, the ball.
Did the ball come out? No, they're saying he was down at about the 19-yard line. That's a loss on the play, guys, of about 3, and that'll make it 3rd down and 6.
And Hillcrest just used their first Tidwell paint and body timeout.
We did.
Yes,
we did. Jamie Mitchell immediately after he hit the ground was running to the official. 3:01 left in the final quarter. Hillcrest trailing 26-24.
Guys, we got some drama here tonight, don't we?
There's lots of
more
drama.
than I need. More than I need.
Drama.
Unexpected drama. You know, we came in here thinking, oh, you know, we got this. 48-13 last year. We got this. No problem. But Huey Town came to play here tonight.
They played a great game. They jumped on us early right there. Coach Patterson, the Huey Town Coach Patterson, extremely successful coach.
Yeah, these two teams, remember now, this just feels like an old Class 6A Region 7 game, doesn't it?
Years in a row have we played them.
Man, since as far as I remember, since 2013, I think we've played them every year.
Every year that I've been at Hillcrest, I know we've played them.
Overall, this is the 23rd meeting overall. We're 12-10 against them, but obviously a lot of those could have happened well before any of our time at Hillcrest.
Since 2013, they've had our number.
That's correct.
For sure.
Yep. Kind of the opposite of Tuscaloosa County.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you know, we have not lost to Tuscaloosa County. I'm sorry, I won't complete that sentence.
So,
I guess it doesn't really matter, probably, but
it doesn't matter.
Since I started at Hillcrest.
There you go. Look, you trying to jinx everything else.
All right, here we go, guys. Big 3rd down play. Powell takes the snap. He's back to pass. He looks across the middle.
Big play by Huey Town right now.
At the 30-yard line.
Timeout, Hillcrest again.
That's huge.
That was a really good play by Huey Town. And Jamie, I believe Coach Mitchell took his 2nd Tidwell paint and body timeout right there.
Goodness gracious.
Hillcrest brought the house, it looked like, had a couple of spots where single coverage, or at least Huey Town able to find a hole and exploit.
The Gophers found the hole.
They sure did.
We brought 5 right there. That's a good job watching the delay on YouTube. It's a good job by that O-line being able to hold up. I think the first read may have been into the flat, but a good job by their quarterback finding the sticks, and a big first down for the Gophers.
New line of scrimmage is the 30-yard line, but more importantly, it's a first down for the Gophers with 2:54 remaining in this game, and Hillcrest only with one timeout remaining now after trying to stop the clock in order to try to get the ball back and give the offense one more chance to possibly get into field goal range to kick the winning field goal. But the defense has to come through and make some big plays here first.
Yeah, and you know, with only one Tidwell paint and body timeout remaining, that makes this task pretty difficult.
Sure does.
Hillcrest could use a break.
Several have gone against us here tonight. A nice little fumble, interception, something like that. But I think that at this point we're going to see Huey Town try to run the ball. That would be my guess.
Oh, yeah, you think so.
And they've got Robinson taking the direct snap. He's going to keep it. He's going to run it over. And Hillcrest is on it. Hillcrest is on it.
Let's go. Boom. That couldn't have been worse. That was a huge hit.
Wow, we just called for it, and we got it, guys.
What a huge blow. Hillcrest.
Let's see who knocks it out. I can't tell. Let me see who knocked that out. That was, I can't tell. Wow. Somebody reached in and grabbed it. See if you can look there and see who knocked it out. It's already gone.
I got it. Here's the good news.
Okay, let's let Brad look and see who knocks this out. I believe it may have been Zay Hall coming across. There's the hand right there. No, it's 25. 25. So the big defensive play of the night made there by the Patriots, Ketori Hayward.
Who came up in the Pats
the ball back. Here's first down for the Pats. The completion over the right side to Jacoby Harris. He spins out of a tackle. He's close to the stick, still fighting for yardage. Down at the 34-yard line. That's a Stephen Fikes All-State first down for the Pats.
The whole pile is moving forward, and they blew the whistle in the middle of it.
And that's something that's been very much the case this whole half, Brad, where we've been able to move the pile unlike we were able to do, unlike the first half.
Good news is we're really close to field goal range.
So first down for the Pats, some confusion.
Plenty of time, boys.
Play clock down to 20. Yes, they have plenty of time. Okay. 2:25 remaining in the game. They seem to have things together now. Jordan takes the snap, drops back. Little screen pass over to the right side is incomplete. Stop the clock with 2:17.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Brad. That's not a play we run a ton right there, and it looked, you could kind of tell there.
I mean, it's also not the worst thing ever. Right. Just because, remember, it's first down, we just got a pretty good yardage, or a pretty good play, and stops the clock. Of course, clock is not a huge factor at this point with us with possession of the ball.
Jordan takes it. Keeps it on the option play.
Hold it, Jordan.
Over right end, inside the 30, down to the 28.
Obviously, you want to get closer than this, but I do think that puts us in deep Elijah field goal range right now. It'd be a 45-yarder now. I know Coach Mitchell would like to get, well, Coach Mitchell and everybody up here would love to get 6 out of this.
Third down and 4, 152 and counting. The Pats with the ball on the 29-yard line, trailing by 2. The snap to Jordan, the swing pass out to the right side is complete.
Nice, Gunner.
Webb gets the first down and gets out of bounds. Let's see where they mark him. They mark him at the 23-yard line, so it'll be first down and 10 for the Pats. Stops the clock with 1:43 remaining, trailing 26-24.
Brad, you know, what was it? We talked about it last year, slash for the Steelers. That's kind of Gunner Webb. He just does everything.
McConkey.
Jordan calls for it, takes it, pitches it out to Jacoby. Jacoby inside the 20, down to the 19. Clock will continue to run, though. Good timing on that pitch. It was actually a forward pass.
That's what I was about to say, Brent. Good call.
129 and counting after the pickup of 4. It's second down and 6.
At what point will Huey Town start? I think they only have one left, don't they? Because remember the only timeout that they took.
Have they taken any since?
They may have 2, but they definitely don't have 3.
The snap. The pass over to Gunner Webb is through his hands at about the 19-yard line, stopping the clock at 1:12.
If you'll notice, so far, everything this drive is to the boundary. You know, you take away the speed of Huey Town when you run it in a short spot. They feel like they can take advantage of the blockers in that situation.
Third down and 6.
Do they do something, they've gone boundary. Do they do something to the field
Seems dangerous.
It does seem dangerous.
I think they're trying to stay safe to get the field goal attempt. 1:12 remaining. Pats up to the line of scrimmage. Jordan takes it. They're going to use Jordan's athletic ability to see what he can do with it here. Okay. He flips forward to the 19-yard line.
Good.
No gain on the play. 1:02.
Hueytown timeout, right?
Yes, Hueytown calls a timeout. 4th down and 6 for the Pats. It's Elijah Miller time. Hi, it's Miller time.
It's Miller time. You can't say that on high school.
Oh, what are you talking about?
It is literal Miller time.
Yes, it's Elijah Miller time.
Listen, anybody, you've got to be old to even remember the Miller time.
That's right. That's right.
All right, if you're Coach Patterson, do you call it to ice it, or do you save it? Call another one to ice it, or do you save it to try if he makes it?
He's a first-year kicker. If I'm Coach Patterson of the Gophers, of the Gophers, right. I am going to call another timeout. Sure.
Well,
I don't know because they're going to get the ball back.
That's what I'm saying.
With a little less than a minute left. So you're probably right. Don't call it.
If we miss it, the game's over. But the question is, and I'm not sure which hash Elijah likes better, but he doesn't have a choice at this point.
The debate is great taste, less filling.
It would be a great taste to get a good field goal right here, wouldn't it?
That's your wittiest line of the year, buddy.
It is a 36-yard attempt from Elijah Miller from the left hash mark. The snap, the placement, the kick is up, and the kick is...
It's good.
Is it good? It is good! It's good! 56 seconds remaining in this game. Hillcrest takes the lead by 27-26, thanks to the foot of Elijah Miller, who, by the way, not going to jinx him now, is perfect on the year in field goal attempts.
Well, one at the end of the half, right?
I know, I waited to say it just for that reason.
We just wanted to end the half against Hoover anyway.
I'm going to go with great taste.
Hey, that was great tasting, that field goal right there.
Still a long way to go, guys. Let's don't get close.
Long way to go.
Long way to go.
I'm pretty sure Hueytown still has one Tidwell paint body timeout.
Just one.
That's what I think.
No more than one.
No more than one, because they used one in the third quarter. And I remember somebody said, keep in mind that they used that timeout.
Yep.
Brent, I have them at one. That's
okay,
does not mean it's right.
I think you're right. All right, so Tidwell, I'm sorry, not Tidwell, Tiger Rock kickoff.
You know what? At this point, it's all of our sponsors kickoff. But thank you, Tiger Rock. Thank you to Mr. Bailey, the whole Bailey family.
Thank you to Elijah Miller.
Thank you to Elijah Miller
for that potential game-winning field goal. Elijah approaches. Total letter again. Elijah kicks this one deep. A fair catch calls for
play. Smart.
At the oh my goodness.
Oh, they got it. They got it. They got it.
Did they get the flag?
Yeah, they threw it late. They threw it at the Hueytown bench right at the 30.
Yeah, that was a mess.
Okay, so with the fair catch, that brings it to the 20. But with the personal foul on the late hit out of bounds, we'll knock it back to the 10-yard line, if that is indeed the call.
Initially, I thought that was a very good play by Hueytown, because that would have taken up 10 seconds off of game time. I thought that was a smart play by Coach Patterson to Hueytown and their return man.
The thing is, if that's not the foul,
I don't know what it is.
Wow.
Oh, who took the timeout?
There was no timeout.
There's no timeout. It's just change possession.
Okay, so let's see here. We are expecting unsportsmanlike conduct to be called here.
I don't know. That guy's facing in a different direction than I want him to. Isn't he?
Yeah, well, he's got to get to the 20 first and then mark it.
Good point. So it'll be right at the 10.
Yeah.
Good point.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against Hillcrest. Okay, no, I think I can tell you what happened, guys. I think the late hit was not called, but then as whoever it was that was hit late by Hillcrest was running past him, he patted the Hueytown player on the helmet as he ran by, and that's when the flag came.
But I mean, he's just dapped him up.
No way that's the call.
That's
atrocious.
So why is the line of scrimmage the 24? I don't really understand that.
15 yards from the fair catch, I guess.
The fair catch, is the fair catch mark where you catch the ball?
In high school football,
okay. Back to pass and a completion across the middle, and the tackle made at about the 41-yard line as the clock will stop momentarily as the sticks are moved. 49 seconds remaining.
Wow.
Jaden Powell takes the snap and just downs this one to stop the clock with 45 seconds left.
Yeah, Coach Patterson of Huey Town saves his final timeout right there. Now, obviously, all we have seen right now is some extra points and some Huey Town kickoffs right now.
Yeah.
I do not know what the range of the young man that's kicking for them is. I would think Coach Patterson of Huey Town would like to get it within 35-40 yard field goal at worst.
Powell back to pass, slings it downfield, and it is caught in Hillcrest territory down to the 35-yard line. 39 seconds left as the clock will stop and the chains move.
Flag down, it may be roughing.
He's looking to the Hillcrest side, though. Is Jamie asking? It's got to be holding again, and everybody's like, what?
I'm telling you, I think it's right there where the quarterback released the ball. I don't think Jamie looks happy. I think that's roughing the passer.
Goodness
It is roughing the passer against Hillcrest. Oh, my goodness. Which will bring the ball down to the 20-yard line with 39 seconds remaining. If you ever needed a defensive stand, it's now, Hillcrest Patriots.
Yeah, you got to figure this is probably right on the edge of any sort of potential game-winning field goal attempt by the Gophers.
Powell calls for it, takes the snap, drops back, looks downfield, slings this one down, and incomplete at the goal line.
He had him, though, guys.
He just threw it short. He had him, you're right.
I think he had the opportunity to catch it, even though it was not the ideal pass. The young man just couldn't come up with it for Huey Town.
Yeah, just short on the throw, and it looked like he got behind the corner coverage, and there was a gap between the corner and the safety in that cover 2 hole back there.
35 seconds left in the ball game.
Have your finger on the replay ready, Kylie. Kylie, have your finger ready on the replay, okay? Because we're probably going to need some here.
Ball boy on the field, giving Huey Town a little bit of extra time to discuss. Even though the game clock's not running anyway, so that doesn't really impact.
Second down and 10 from the 21, 35 seconds remaining in this game. Jaden Powell calls for the snap. He gets it. Completion across the middle, down to the 10, and down tackled at the 5-yard line. That's enough for the first down. 27 seconds remaining.
At this point, no more than basically an extra point for Huey Town. Clock is no factor now.
23 and counting. Jaden Powell calling the signals. And the ball goes through his hands, and it's down at the 15-yard line. Clock down to 13 seconds, and Huey Town calls their final timeout.
Guys, why is it such a huge play? Because we have an unknown field goal range by this kicker, and that instantly added 10 yards. Now you're looking at best from here a 32-yard, 32-yard.
You're right, Brad. Yep.
Wow. So a 32-yard attempt is no gimme, at least.
And a pressure-filled 32-yard field goal, too, I might add.
Okay, now remember, too, that's Huey Town's last time out. So what are they going to do here?
You got to kick it here? I got to kick it, I think.
You know, you got to figure. Although here comes the kicker. Yeah, he's on the field.
Oh, my goodness.
We got one left, or we out of time?
No, I think we've got one left. No, I think we've got one left, Brian. By the way, the kicker for Huey Town, just so everybody knows who to cheer against,
number 40.
Jesus Sosa.
Oh, man.
Golly.
All right. It's time for a big play. Hillcrest defense.
We might as well pack up.
It's time for a big play. The 32-yard field goal attempt for the win.
Oh, there's the timeout.
Hillcrest calls timeout. Add some ice to Jesus.
Well, it's been real.
Oh, my goodness. This is going to be crazy.
He's going to make it.
Sosa.
Jeez. Well, golly.
Oh, my goodness. Reset for you in case you can't tell what's happening with all the chaos up here with us talking all over each other. 13 seconds remaining in this game. Hillcrest leads 27-26. They just kicked a field goal of, how long was the field goal? 37 yards. Elijah Miller to take the lead with under a minute left. Huey Town has driven the ball about 70 yards down the field. They just had a snap go through the quarterback's legs, and with 13 seconds left, they will attempt a 33-yard field goal. This is for the game. Hillcrest defense needing something big to happen right here. Here comes the snap. The placement is out.
It's blocked! Let's go! Let's go, Racers! Let's go! Let's preserve the victory here at the Gopher Hole! Let's go! Wow! Let's go!
8 seconds remaining. Let's see who blocked that. Who blocked it?
Oh, the whole defense blocked it. 24, maybe. Yeah.
Is that Miles?
Yeah. Keep walking. Yeah, you better keep walking, man. Telling you. Are we sitting out there with the camera through? Yeah.
All right, so 8 seconds remain. Hillcrest just has to hold on for 8 more seconds.
Kylie, be quiet. Yeah.
All right, here we go. 8 seconds remaining. All right, here we go. The Pats just need to down it in the victory formation, and this one is over.
What a great comeback by Hillcrest right now. We could have absolutely pulled the tent right there. Their job is the final 5 seconds ticks off.
Roll out. And this one is final. Hillcrest wins the game 27-26 here at the Gopher Hole in quite a dramatic night.
Wow. That was something else right there, guys.
Amazing. Hey, let's go directly to our post-game show. Let's make this quick, guys.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
All right. Here we go. Kylie, can you bring it to our... All right. Hey, let us go ahead and let's choose our players of the game. Brian's gone, so Brad, you and I can make our choices for the players of the game. On special teams, I'm thinking you got to go with Elijah Miller, although you could go with whoever it was that blocked
Elijah Miller.
That field goal.
Well, no, that's true. However, but Elijah Miller is
pressure.
A fantastic kick to take the lead. Obviously, great play defensively there. The only play, here's the thing to differentiate. It looked like the entire team of the front seven.
Yeah, the defense really came through on that. Yeah. All right, so Elijah Miller, special teams.
I think so, yeah.
Offensive player of the game.
Why did you pick Elijah for
okay. Yeah, and for offense, that's going to be kind of a tough one, but I have a candidate. Who do you have?
I would, golly. I got 2 candidates, but I guess I would.
I don't know.
Chambly? I don't know.
I realized Jacoby was good.
Me too. That was the second one.
Just based on the way the game flowed, I really felt like Jordan just kind of pulled the rabbit out of the hat.
I agree.
Man. I mean, and there were a couple of decisions that he had to make that I thought were huge. I just stick with 2. Jordan Chambly.
I agree. I think Jordan, he handled the pressure this time.
Right.
Down 20-7, he found a way to keep fighting and scratching and brought the team back for the win.
We're good. Especially in a situation where it wasn't his best game,
Yeah, for sure.
And was able to pull out a victory.
I do. Have we said defense?
Not yet.
Y'all said defense, and I want to say one thing before we go off, though. It's not bad, I promise. Who do we got for defense, guys?
Marcus Silver.
Yeah, I agree. We called 6 a lot.
Yeah.
I'll say this. Obviously, not a player of the game. Gunnar Webb, I realized he kind of botched the punt a little bit right there. He did a lot well for us tonight. He was called on to do a lot of different things, whether it be punt, whether it be forced into returning punts, whether it be catching a big play right there. So I think we did a lot there. I think he did a lot, coming up with a big win, 27-26 Patriots.
Also, despite the fact that his punts weren't pretty, a couple of them really helped flip the field.
Absolutely.
And so you remember there was the low-line drive punt that he had. There was about a 41-yard punt, but it looked like, it was not a great punt, but it was very effective, did a good job.
Sure.
Okay.
And thanks to Award Company of America and Walk On Sports Bistro for sponsoring our players of the game.
And y'all go out there Tuesday night to see the Hillcrest title.
Absolutely. What a huge win here for the Patriots tonight, fighting back from a 20-7 deficit to come back and win in the second half, 27-26. That's a huge one. Guys, we are back at Roy Johnson Stadium next week.
Against our rival.
Against the rival. Tuscaloosa County High Wildcats. And before we go, do we have any RSV Design scoreboard updates?
I'll be honest, 27-26 Patriots is mine.
We're very thankful for RSV Designs, rsvdesigns.com. We kind of lost focus a little bit, I think.
I can give you a couple real quick.
Okay.
I mean, just updating late right now, some of the finals that we see, trying to find anything that might matter to us. Opelika beat Pike Road 24-22. Another 7A versus 6A game right there.
But that was a good game.
I agree. Kind of scrolling down later than most of these games have finished, guys. Albertville finally gets a win, 20-18 over Grissom right there. But
the Aggies.
Yes, and Mountain Brook and Homewood are in overtime.
No, okay.
Those are the big ones. I can't find a Hoover final, though.
That's cool.
Yep.
Well, we'll call it a night. Your final score, Hillcrest 27 and Huey Town 26.
Last score I see is Hoover 38, Parker 35.
Wow.
It says yeah, it's crazy. So anyway, great game. Great game, guys.
Okay, so that's going to do it. We'll wrap it up. We'll head home, and we'll see you next week. Pats with the big win. For now, good night, and go Pats.
Go Pats.